Can it be? Yes, it is. Three Kings plus one is the prime time Kings. With 24/7 Fusion Media, Vigilante Williamson, the mighty fat Steven Seagal, and yours truly, the Baron himself, Ormond Tag. It's Sunday, fun day. Sit back, relax, enjoy, chat away. Tell us how we're doing. Just don't throw those rotten fruit at us. We have feelings. And now it's time for the Prime Time King.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with Baron Norman Tag. And, we'll be joined hopefully shortly by Vigilante Williamson and Fat Steven Seagal. And we are the Primetime Kings. Hopefully everybody is doing well out there. Hopefully everybody's been enjoying their spring break and their weekend. I know, I was spending time with my son. That's why I've been kind of quiet all week long. Always good to be around the kids, and he's graduating, going to college here soon. So you got to get in. You got to get in as much time as you can with the kiddos, man, before they head off to college, man. So I'm be doing everything I can, spend time with them. But I was looking forward to being here with y'all. He just left not too long ago. And I've been scrambling ever since to get shit right. I know I'm fucking 15 minutes late, but I apologize about that. Been talking to Baron and trying to get shit straight around here. So other than that, hopefully everybody's doing well. What you got for me, B?
Oh, I was going to say, I tripped you in the back room, too, so he fell down, had to pick himself up. I was being mean. I was being a rotten bugger.
No, you're good. I mean,
No,
if you wanted to, say what's up to, anybody or say some shit,
we got ourselves some great people out there, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Lord Thoth, of course, and Pat S., the low-spec Linux laptop. Hey, there you are. Of course, hey, I'm in there, too. What the hell am I doing out there? I tell you, I got personality. Of course, we all know the old man's out there. I think Fat Steven was missing you the other day, by the way. I was on the show. I asked him, hey, where's the old man? He says, I haven't seen him. So, of course, the long-suffering Mrs. Tag. Mark, the infinitely tired.
There you go.
I can appreciate that. I can identify with that. Hail, and anybody who's out there who is not chatting. Oh, I forgot the important one. Mr. Buzz himself, the sentient dildo.
My man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Lord
Had to save him for last.
Man, old man. Hail to the old man. What's going on? Mm-hmm. Hopefully, old man is doing well. Lord Thoth, sentient dildo.
It was kind of funny the other day. My former wife, she texted me. She goes, "What's with that @ symbol that's in front of people's names all the time?" And I said, "Well, that's so you can highlight the names on there." She goes, "Oh, so she's learning. She's learning." I have a sneaking feeling that she's going to become a YouTuber. She was asking questions the other day with Raymond Feliciano on the King Dolphin TV. So, and she was asking, "Is YouTube a good way to get your product out there, like books and such?" So.
Hey,
I got
Lord Thoth says, "Congratulations, Mini 24. Congratulations, 24."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Junior, man. He's man, got a 4.1 GPA. Shit,
he's smart. While we're SMRT.
Yeah, he doesn't fuck around, man. I had to tell him, I had to give him that talk like, yo, don't make them same mistakes I made. I fucked up here. I did that wrong. I screwed up here. Blah, blah, blah. I told him, like, these are all things that you don't have to fucking live through to understand it. Trust me, just take my word that I fucked up when I did this. Just don't do the same shit.
So, I mean, obviously with having such a high grade average, was he kind of natural to grab onto that, to be, the study and just
he was
try to get that next ring?
Yeah, he was like, damn, I didn't even know I fucking even had a 4.1. So he's like, he's doing his work, but not paying attention to the score. So I was like, well, damn. He was like, yeah, man, I do all my work, I do extra credit, I do all my shit, and I guess he does the work and doesn't worry about the grade. And I was like, well, fuck, man, but he's passionate, about what he wants to do. He's trying to get into kinesiology, man.
Kinesiology. I should know what that is. Now I feel.
All right, well, you know what? While I look at the chat, you can look it up, man.
Kinesio. I don't even know how to spell that. What do you mean? But I think he did. I think he did the right thing, though. It's not. So many kids obsess over their grades. It starts affecting them. It just sounds like he had a love for that learning, and that's what kept him going on that one. So, wow. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, man.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's junior, man. Proud of him, man. Shit. I'm just, I told them, man, kinesiology is like, exercise, sports medicine, to be a personal trainer. You can do physical therapy. There's all kind of shit, nutritionists, helps out in those departments. There's all kind of shit he can do where he can, go into business for himself. He could work at a hospital. And I told him, I said, dude, you have a free ticket in college all the way until the moment you decide you want to stop. Man, you might as well be a fucking doctor, man. If a fucking musician could be a doctor, you should be a doctor, man. Go in there and fucking do your shit, man. And
he's big into music too, right?
Nah, he's not into music, man. But I was just giving him an example, like, if your musician could be a doctor, you want to get into kinesiology, there's no excuse why you can't be a doctor, because you're more closer to what helping people and doing, you're closer to a doctor than a musician. Man, you might as well go in there and basically when you go to college, you're paying for the title that you get by the time you finish that shit. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Your certificate, your doctorate, whatever the fuck you go to school for, that's what you're paying for, man. So yeah, I told him that the next 4 to 8 years of his life or whatever is what's going to set him up for the rest of his life, man. So I said, right now, you don't have no responsibilities. You're not married. You have no kids. There's nothing to hold you back except yourself. Fuck it, man. Go, hit the ground running, man. Do your thing, man.
Yeah, and don't get trapped when you get to college with all of a sudden, hey, let's go down and do this. Let's go down and do that. Make sure you have enough time to go play, but don't let it affect your studies. I mean, you don't want to study all the time because you're going to burn out. You can have that play time, but you don't want to play too much or it's going to affect your studies. So, sounds like he knows how to balance it, though.
Yeah, it's he's a smart kid, and the sky's the limit for him. I just don't want him to fuck around and make the mistakes I made. So that's why I'm trying to talk him, into like listening to, when it comes to making mistakes, I made them shits. Don't fucking be like me. Do something else with yourself, man.
Right. I mean, I try to tell that to my daughters. I don't think my eldest exactly knows what she wants to fully do just yet, but she's still looking out there. And of course, right now, my youngest, she's taking care of her grandmother, so doing home care for her. But that seems to be something that she likes. It's like, strive. She was been doing that for several years. It's like, which is important. So it's like, hey, great, keep going on. It's these are things that can lead to bigger and grander fields.
Right. It's like, shit, right now I'm fucking struggling in life. And he's seen all the, when I was doing good and when everything went south 3 years ago and almost died a few times and everything else. And I'm telling him, like, right now I'm fucking struggling. You don't want to live like me. Don't be like me, be better than me. And anybody that has kids should always want their kids to fucking supersede everything that they've done. You put your best qualities into your kids, and you just let them rip, man. You just let them, you go out there and let them, live life with all the good things you put into them, and
Right.
and you're there to help them when they fuck up. Just because they get 18 or they turn 21 or they get married, or like, man, my son will always be my son. I don't give a fuck if he's 40 or if he's 50 years old. Shit. If something was to happen to him, I'll be right there with him and for him, man. Like, it doesn't end because of age, man. Fuck that doesn't mean nothing.
I always told my kids as they were growing up, I said, right now, I'm your parent. I am not your friend. My job is to make sure you're not moronic idiots out there. What did I say back? It's arrogant morons. Going out there thinking you know everything when you really don't.
Right.
My job until you get to 18 is to make sure that you are on the right path. And obviously, as I said, as you get older, I start reining back because you have to start taking care. Start your ideas. You have to start thinking for yourselves.
Right.
And it's like the moment you graduate and you go out, our relationship now changes. I'm still your father, but the relationship now changes that, I'm here whenever you need, but you're free. I have to kick you out of the nest. And, if you ever need anything, talk or whatever, I'm always here. And it's, you don't have to worry about me sitting back saying, well, I told you so or anything. That's not the job at that time. It's just to say, yeah, just sit back and say, I've been there, understand. And, most of the time they just want to vent and talk to you. So when it comes down, it's like, then they ask for the advice. It's like, well, where I've been.
Right.
And, my pastor friend, he sat back and how we always sit back and say about when we say I,
Right.
it's so egotistical, but it's not in certain situations. And he sat back and said, it's important that you say, I am proud of you, because it's making that a distinction that it's you. You are proud of them.
Right.
And they need to hear that word I. That is a time when it's not egotistical. In fact, it's praising. It's, I am here for you.
Yeah.
I love you. And those are the times when you use those, what would normally be considered those egotistical statements to help bolster and strengthen them. And here we are. We've just turned into the parenting show.
I know. Yeah, I know. With your father telling him, with your father saying, kick the damn kid out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean,
It have nothing to do with him.
I always joke to the kids. I said, your graduation gift for me is luggage.
Nah, man, the old man is funny, man. He's cool as shit, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. I was like, oh wow. But yeah, man. Just had to have that talk with him, and there'll be plenty more talks and about all kind of shit, man. So
right.
It'll work out, man. And whenever they fall, we'll be there to pick them up, man. And it'll work out, man.
And it's kind of an odd thing. There are going to be times as we as parents fall down as we're getting older, and they'll be the ones there that help pick us up then.
Right.
So, yeah, of course, they don't want anything to do with us.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I know, right? Oh shit. Let me see. Lord Thoth says, I overachieved so hard on the next generation. I feel you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Right.
It's kind of like Mark says, my oldest has seen more of the world than I ever have and probably will. Got to study in New York and SVA and had a degree in film. Holy shit.
Wow.
Damn. That's some good shit right there, man.
I know.
Said,
wow.
Guys, get with the program. The state should take care of your kids.
I've tried. They didn't want them.
Yeah,
they say, here, you got them. There's you keep them.
Shit. Yeah, that's the Parental Corner with Baron Norman Tag and 24/7 Fusion Media. The Parental Corner. Start that shit off every Sunday.
Yeah, there we go.
Old man says, I think the kid will have to pick me up if I fall. There you go, man.
Yeah, exactly.
She's scripting, editing from home. Oh man, she's script editing from home. That's what's up, man.
Holy
Shit.
cow.
Yeah, man. That's some woo.
Well, hopefully that's going to be the next generation that gives us good stuff and non-woke things. So Mark, keep it up. That's why you're tired. You did a good job getting your kid going.
Mark says I got rid of her and she's back. Well, you know what, man? To be honest, I'll be honest, man. From what I've seen, the way the economy, all this other shit, man, there's a lot of your 40-year-old, 30, 40-year-old kids moving back home, you know, with parents, you know, even a lot of your older YouTubers that are in their 40s and you know, shit like that, moving back home with their 70, 80-year-old parents or vice versa. You know, it's one of those things, man, that you know, sometimes the way this shit is looking, it's hard to fucking make it on your own. And you know, if the only way you can make it is by, you know, putting all your chips together and, you know, with your kids and your mom or whoever, you know, nobody wants to see anybody out in the streets, man. So, you know, if
just like the YouTubers out there take care of their own, our families should be taking care of their own too, and usually do.
Right.
I mean, that's just the one thing. I mean, that's what we have to rely on. If we don't back each other up and take care of each other in whatever way we can, it's like, well, what good are we as a society? You know, it's like a pack of wild animals. We'll leave the old ones behind to be eaten by the animals as we keep going on. You know.
Right. Yeah, you know, I told my kids, you know, if anything ever happens and you need me, you know, wherever I'm at, you know, wherever I'm at, you know, you can always, you know, you're always welcome wherever I'm at. So I don't give a fuck how old my kids get. And I'm not always going to be in this position that I'm in either, you know, trying to fucking pick up the pieces of my life. You know, this is not always going to be the story. There's going to be a time where I'm going to get past this point and be back on my feet. And when I do, you know, that's the thing, man. When the kids need you, man, I don't give a fuck how old they get or how old you get. You know, you don't ever leave, you know, the kids behind, man, or you know, I can't do it, man. You know, whatever, you know, good happens with me, you know, I'm definitely going to share it with them and, you know, people I love, man. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's
as the wisdom of Solomon goes, you know, it says that this too shall pass, and you know, humanity is made to be on an even keel, but obviously that doesn't work. And you know, when the bad time happens, this too shall pass. But of course, it goes the other way. When we have great times, that too will pass. It's always a roller coaster ride. That's why we need each other, because you know, while one's going up, the other might be going down, and to help support and be there. And that's the big thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's there you go, man. Yeah, man. Oh shit.
Hey.
My bad,
there he
brother.
is, the Frisco Kid.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just going through some things.
Well, I can barely hear you, man.
Huh?
There you. I heard that.
I'm sorry, I was leaning back. No, I'm just going through things. Some re-editing of channel stuff. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, man. Shit, better that you're here, man. Shit, you know, good to see you, man. How you doing, man?
Tired. I'm all right. I'll be good.
There you go.
Yeah, I popped in on him yesterday. Bothered him a little bit on his channel.
You didn't bother me.
Yeah, I see the old man told you don't you dare do that to me. Like, motherfucker, you ain't moving back home.
No. I already did that once. There's always something that might cause that, but no, I have no intentions to.
That's all right. You know, it'll work out when the old man moves in with you. So
No, don't do that to me.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Oh man, you guys are
Hat
raw
there.
as hell. Oh shit! Damn, that's ooh wee. Sentient Dildo says, "What's up, Steve?"
Hey,
L.
how you doing?
Steven, Lord Thoth. Man, how's your week been, Steve?
Busy. Just
Yeah,
busy.
I've seen. Yeah, you're all over the place, man.
Yeah. Fighting to get the clips and fighting YouTube at the same time. So it's a never ending battle, you know?
You had a good show with Brandon.
Was it good? I
Yeah,
haven't
I
really
thought
watched
so.
it. Thank you.
You said what? What'd you say?
Well, he was on Brandon's show.
Yeah, I know that. But wait, what did Steve say?
I don't
Well, he
watch.
hasn't.
I don't watch replays.
Oh, okay, all right, I see. So you're a one and done. You just go ahead and do it, and you out of there. You don't rewind. You don't. All right.
Oh no, because if I just said something wrong, someone will eventually tell me, or it will be clipped out of context. Pretty good.
Right. Pat S says, "Sorry guys, lost y'all. Can everyone see this? Yeah.
Yeah, I see you.
What's going on, Pat? Yeah, man. Got a couple of topics, man. You know that way. See how everybody feels about them. I know. Looks like Baron.
Well, I got the I mean, I've been hearing about this one for a long, long time on this, and I don't think people know that. But the good old Epstein, his little girlfriend that was running around, she was actually a Disney employee hiring youth talent, quote unquote.
Oh
For
wow, I
Disney.
didn't know that.
Yes, in the day. So it's like, oh yeah, and just to see how some of those kids turn out from Disney, it's just what type of monster machine they got going on there. But I mean, it's just it's
You know,
sad.
I read that article a little earlier, and
Hmm.
wow, dude, these are like people on different levels of employment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
some people at level entry, doing different shit here and there. Some people a little bit more higher up, but
Hmm.
damn. I was watching The Quartering, and they said that it's up to 20 Disney employees now have gotten busted in this fucking deal here. Up to
Hmm.
20. That's quite a bit coming from one company, man.
Yeah, it is. Especially like you said, the different levels of it. So I mean, it
Right.
goes higher up. And what haven't they gotten down there?
I know, right?
What a name, March Sadness 2. It is sad.
No, that's the name of the fucking operation. Like,
Yeah, no, March Sadness. Yeah, it's just like, and it is sad. I mean, and this is number 2, which means there was another one.
right.
That was something that was never reported on, or hardly reported on, under the previous administration. That there were just record amount of arrests going after these pedophiles that they had in California. But the press was, keeping it quiet. What would you say? Who owns ABC?
Right.
Who, who's the helping part of all that? Of course, you're not going to try to keep that all buried.
Wow, that's
That, yeah, it just it's horrible. It's horrible. And there was a time, Disney.
you know,
Disney was magic at one time. It's just,
right. It's funny. One, this I read the article, like I said earlier. One dude thought he was gonna smash on a little girl.
mhm.
So he comes with fucking like a shitload of rubbers and a fucking little dress for her to wear. Look at this shit. That motherfucker there, boy. I said, damn. Yeah, man, these guys here are just wild as shit, man. One dude was he was an Indian guy that came from another country.
Mhm.
and he just thought he can come here, get him some puss but I don't know, man. Is the thing is the avenues that they're taking to do it
Mm-hmm.
is what changed the game. If I mean, you look, you take a chance, whether you hit the streets or you get online, but you go online, you really don't know who the fuck you talking to, man.
Right.
And they just set themselves up, and and a lot of people go with it because there's shit, man. It's all kind of grooming and there's all kind of wild shit going on with that, man.
Mm-hmm. And Lord Thoth is right. 20 is a drop in the bucket. That's nothing that they got. There's a lot more
right.
that happen, and it's like it is sad to see something that you admired so much when you were growing up, because you had the wide world of Disney, in color, and all the other programs they brought out in movies. Kurt Russell, for Christ's sake, he was a Disney kid. All the movies he made with Disney himself. Even
Oh,
Ronnie
yeah.
Howard. I mean, take a look at all those people that were part of that, and you grew up with that, and now, in many ways, I blame what's his name, Eisner. I blame Eisner because Eisner is one that decided he wanted to take this Disney into the other direction, wanted to move it away from being kid friendly and family friendly. And granted, he started Touchstone Pictures to try to keep it separate, but now there is no separation. There
Right.
really isn't, and it's like.
Sure.
There's also another thing we have to look at. When I was doing a little research into some of this nasty shit and nasty monsteristic shit, this is disgusting, deplorable, non-humane, disgusting shit. And most of these probably people are sick in the head. It's not an excuse, and probably need to be put somewhere to get help or whatever the treatment is. It's not my place to say because everyone's ideals are different. But
Right.
places like Disney theme parks, any type of theme park, circuses, playgrounds, anything like this, those type of areas breed those types of people. So it's not just Disney. Disney's now on the news, yes, but it's at all these types of things. Even when people make the church joke, the priest's joke here and there, it's everywhere. And a drop in the bucket is right, because there's still that bucket.
Right.
That bucket never empties. That bucket just keeps getting full, and all you can do is poke a little bit more holes over time. It's just, I don't have even the respect to laugh at these types of people if they're caught. I'm not taking pot shots.
No.
If my kids did survive, you guys know the story for certain things of how things turned out with the ex and all that stuff. I wouldn't take them to places like this ever.
Right.
Because, like Baron says, the magic is lost.
Right.
But it comes under the question: is the magic lost, or has the illusion of growing up in innocence been departed from our eyesight? And now we're at a point now where what outweighs a child's happiness for a day, or keeping them safe? And that is the hardest thing, I guess, for a parent to ever try to explain to their kid. Because the last thing you want to see is their broken heart when they're looking up at you.
Right.
So I didn't mean to get too emotional.
No, good, man.
No. I mean, no, perfect. It's just like when I was with my kids and they're starting to get into the computers and such. It's like sit them down and say, you be careful. And, of course, watch over them. And it's like, you be careful where you go on this. Be careful what you say. You don't let them know exactly who you are or where you are. If you're, doing they like the Clone Wars adventure. But, even the Clone Wars adventure back then, I'm sure there's somebody got in there that would try to chat up and whatnot, and some of the other games they have. But it's like, you never tell them what your age is or where you're at. Be careful. The person you're talking to, where you think it is going to be a 14-year-old girl, might be a 45-year-old guy.
Right.
And you have to be, and it's heartbreaking when you sit back and have to have that talk with them. because in a sense you're kind of taking a little bit of their innocence away. They don't see the world that way.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that. It's just unfortunate that it's it's come down to this, and the reality of it is that it's everywhere, and it's not even just a Hollywood thing. It's
No.
it's a societal thing. It's everywhere, and it's in every corner of the world, regardless of whether it's something big or small. Predators they're in schools, they're in churches, they're in politics, they're in the music industry, they're in the entertainment industry, they're in sports. It's you name it, man. It's everywhere. So it's and the thing is, you don't want to rob a kid of their innocence. You don't want to
you're robbing them no matter what.
You don't want to grow them up too fast because of the world that we live in. You want to let them be kids as much as possible, but then at the same time, you don't want to leave them open to the fact that somebody, might pull some shit on them. I'd rather still let them be a kid, but be honest about the flip side of life. And that's what I've always done. Like I've never bombarded my kids, with having them feel like they have to look around every corner. But I let them know, hey, you got to look around every corner.
Right.
It's one of those things like, yo, I'd rather tell you so that you be aware than you walk around and thinking life is hunky dory, and somebody comes and pulls some shit on you. I'd rather that, life can be what you make it, but you got to be aware that there's a lot of foul shit going on out there. And I'd rather tell you about that than not say nothing at all. And a lot of parents would rather say nothing at all just to give the kids the illusion that life is wonderful.
Right.
Fuck that, man. It's a double-edged sword. It all depends on how you play it, man.
Well, they have to grow up, but you don't want to have them grow up too fast.
Right.
It's like you want to have the innocence taken off of their eyes slowly, but sometimes you have to rip it a little bit faster than you want to because certain things happen.
Right.
Well, it falls into the pretense of you want the Band-Aid ripped off fast or slow. And now we're getting to the point now. Well, it's probably been around a lot more now. We are at the precipice of pretty much the battle is who's going to take away your child's innocence first, one of these creeps or yourself by giving them a reality check.
Right, exactly.
Right. Exactly. It's, with all this information out there, I guess the information travels far too fast now than what it was when we were growing up. It's dildo.
we say that's also disappointing when Japan finally showed his face on camera. Always imagine him like a 20-year-old blonde girl. Very traumatic. Oh shit.
I don't know what the girls are like where he's from, but if they sound like me, I'm glad I'm here in America.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's those swimmers. Maybe it's those swimmers that are breaking records. Those girls.
Oh yeah. I dropped something on Twitter that I saw. I was like, oh shit.
I love the one where they have Jim Carrey dressed up as that weightlifter. They're saying that's the guy. That's the guy. Let's.
Oh, Lord Thoth is out of here.
Yeah. Well, he's here. He's gone. Unfortunately, he took off. Bye,
Take
Lord
it easy.
Thoth.
Take it easy, Lord Thoth. Man. Shit. What else?
Oh, I love this one. I was kind of going back and forth on this one, but I think we have the Wrath of the Dink.
What the fuck? What's this? Hell out.
The Wrath of the Dink. Oh, I was thinking feeling Dinklage might have been walking around the set of the Disney Snow White, all upset about the dwarf situation.
Hey, Steve, did you hear about this one?
This one where he's complaining, got a whole bunch of like actual dwarf actors lost a job.
Mm-hmm. But there's a fire that broke out on the set of Disney live action Snow White. A stage at Pinewood Studio in the United Kingdom was under construction when a tree caught fire on Tuesday, 15th of March, resulting in a blaze on set. The local fire and rescue service arrived at the scene at 3:13 p.m. Although the dramatic scenes were caught on camera, it looks as though filming had yet to begin. No filming was underway, a source told Variety. The fire is believed to have happened at the Richard Attenborough stage in Pinewood Studio, with a video of their dramatic blaze appearing on Twitter.
Wait a minute. So they didn't start, but somebody filmed it.
Well, yeah, someone filmed. Yeah, right there.
Oh shit!
I'll stop at 10 seconds here. Okay, and that way I want to try to make sure that we don't get a zing. You know, you never know with the YouTube. Yeah. So, but look at me. Holy cow! There we go.
Oh shit! Yeah, look at that, man. Yeah.
Shit! Now the thatch is on fire. Now the thatch is on fire.
Oh shit! Say, Steve, what you think about this shit, man?
Play it again.
Play.
Yeah, there we
The
go.
tree caught fire. I don't know how.
All right, yeah, you go.
You want to replay it again?
Yeah.
Let's do it again, folks. There we go. Okay, stop.
How?
I have no idea, no clue.
Man, as soon as
Maybe
that
there's
shit
a little
dropped,
more to the
the dogs
story.
start barking.
They said something about the
Shit!
tree.
Now the thatch is on fire. And now the thatch is on fire.
I love that the thatch is on fire. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go.
The
Finish
tree
it all
caught
up.
fire. I don't know how.
So if one of the trees caught on fire. It was just mental, an eyewitness told The Sun. I didn't see it start, but I was told first a tree went up. By the time I got there, the flames were massive, going right up to the ceiling. Then bits of the set started falling into the flames, and the thatched cottage started lighting up. As you can see, the flames quickly engulfed the trees before spreading to a nearby thatched cottage, which would have been used in the film. It is currently unknown what caused the fire, but Dinklage was seen nearby the set with a book of matches and some gasoline. No casualties were reported as a result, and no actors were on the set at the time. Buckinghamshire, I like that, Buckinghamshire, Fire and Rescue Service confirmed at the height of the incident, 12 appliances and crew were in attendance. I wonder what appliances is that, like their term for. I wonder what that is. Thames Valley Police and South Central Ambulance Service also attended to support the multi-agency response of the incident. They confirmed the incident response was scaled back around 7 p.m. According to Fire and Rescue Service, a fire crew remained at the scene overnight to monitor the hotspots. It's currently unknown how this will affect the production. So there we go. Disney having a little bit more issues there with their
Yeah, Snow White and 7 animals or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right?
Right, I know. I think I saw a deer running by on fire. And it's, oh my word! I think very small marshmallows, sentient dildo. That's just insane that they have there.
Holy shit, man! Sentient dildo. Wow. Yo, yeah, that's my boy right there, man. He's fucking awesome. Yo, that's funny as fuck, man. Yeah, man. Shit caught on fire, man. It's wow.
Oh, I mean, it's good nobody got hurt and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I positive I can say is I'm glad nobody got hurt. Other than that, this thing's gonna be fucked, man.
I mean, but you know what? I don't know if I'd be standing around filming it as it's going up like that. It'd be like, feet don't fail me now. There's the exit. See you guys later. And hope I don't trip over.
I mean, if you're at a distance where nothing else is getting caught on fire but that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fuck, before it gets to you, it'll have to like burn up for like 20, 30 other people. I'll be good doing that at a distance.
There we go. But you guys stand right over there. And when you start going up, I'm going out.
There you go. Shit. You got a bunch of other folks more closer to that shit than you. Shit. Let's see what happens to them first.
I know. That's insane. Oh, that is absolutely insane. And, I think we should stay on the old Disney front here. This is the most we've actually been talking about. I like this. This is kind of unique. Let's stay on the Disney front and.
What's this?
Parents say adult MCU shows clash with Disney's family marketed platform.
Hey, Steve, for real, man. Like, what do you think about this, man?
Go up to the title, please.
Yeah, that's the title right there. That's as high as it goes. It's from
No. Of course, it's gonna clash. People are getting sick of this shit because Disney is injecting shit that we don't need to see in it. You're taking away the teaching of parents and kids learning as they go through age, as they grow through age, as their minds mature. It's like the thing we were seeing on Twitter with teachers coming out to the gate of their class. Nobody gives a fuck. And why are you telling people in your class? If you're like a fourth grade or fifth grade teacher, it's the same shit. That's why people are getting sick of it. It's the same way we're seeing parent committees and parents saying, well, why is it this, and this, and you're teaching this, and this. It's the same shit. Disney was known for one thing. In the magical world of Disney, you would wait for the vault to open. You would grab that collector's edition of Snow White or Seven Dwarfs.
I remember those days.
Little Mermaid, all that shit.
I remember that.
And you would have your Sunday night, 6 p.m. That's what I remember. And you would have Metro World Disney. It would either be cartoons or the montages of like Donald Duck or Chip and Dale. It would have all of this crap. But now we're getting stuff on Disney Plus where, you want to keep Star Wars and Marvel. That's cool. But you also got to remember that you were built upon family marketing. You were there to experience stuff for the whole family. And Punisher, rated R, that's what they're having a problem with here. Because you're now injecting like it's okay to have. I'm making examples. This red panda is a symbol of your period. Well, what's a period? You'll find out in 10 years. Then why are you bringing it up now and entering it towards kids? Or it's like they play the new mobile game where on the panda is the genitals. Nobody cares. But then parents are probably sick of this shit. It's getting to the point now. Why are you taking the teaching away from us when you are supposed to be making films that make people and kids have inspiration not only for imagination, creativity, and figuring out that it's okay to be a kid?
Right.
Again, I'm probably just ranting. I don't know.
Well, no, you have a good point, and that's what these parents, I believe, are all upset about. The Federalists discussed family groups who troubled by Disney plans to put Marvel TV programs with explicit content on the Plus server where children could end up seeing them. Disney has announced that 6 Marvel TV series, including Daredevil, The Defenders, all rated TVMA for extreme violence and explicit content, will land on the streaming service Disney Plus on March 16th. Many fans are excited by the Marvel Cinematic Universe is uniting on one platform, while some leading family entertainment advocates question the move. Yet Melissa Henson, program director of Parents Television and Media Council (PTC), based in Hollywood, called it off-brand for these edgy series to make the leap from Netflix to Disney Plus. It's like what I was saying earlier that you had Eisner and they had their adult branch, for the more adult films, their Touchstone, which had some great films, and obviously were not meant for children. They almost need to have, if they're going to do this on Disney Plus, they need to have a parental control in some sense, saying that these stuff are not accessible to the children accounts. that they can't get to it. I mean, I remember when I was growing up when we first got cable, my parents got HBO, Cinemax or Skinemax, yeah, as it was that night, and Showtime, but they wouldn't get the movie channel. And
Oh,
the reason why was the
uh-huh.
movie channel would play R-rated films during the day, while
Uh-huh.
HBO and the other ones would wait until after a certain time to do the
Yup.
R-rated films.
Yep. After
And
9 or some shit.
exactly,
Yup.
exactly. And of course, obviously on Cinemax after 10 o'clock, it was like Skinemax. That's where you got those, manual films and all that. But I remember that growing up. It's like, okay, we know that these services would be that way, but this one wouldn't.
Right.
Disney, if they're going to do this, they got to do something with their platform and
Well,
keep this separate.
well, the thing that I heard about Disney was this. When it comes to, let's say, their version of Disney Plus around the world,
Mhm.
the rest of the world has it to where everybody else, basically it's like this. Everybody else in the world that has Disney Plus, their Disney Plus is adult friendly shit.
Mhm.
So basically, us here in America, we're the last ones to get the shit that the rest of the world already has.
Mhm.
So this adult kind of content that the Americans here are complaining about, it's already approved and being watched around the world right now, while America's the ones that are like, oh, our kids and this and that.
Mhm. And again, it's like I'm not necessarily against having it on the platform, but they got to do a better job of keeping separations. They really, really do.
And you know what? I thought, see, the thing was, people thought that was what Hulu was going to be for. They own Hulu. They own, they have put adult like content on Hulu, and everybody thought that when it came to the thing is, like I was telling Baron, before we got on here, on Luke Cage, they say the N word quite a bit, and now the N word is about to be said on Disney Plus. People thought that shit was going to go to Hulu because Hulu is what plays Disney's adult content, and they're not going to do that either. So at this point, it's like, well, what's going to happen? Disney Plus is going to go right into it. And see, I made a video, and I even talked about this about a week or two ago, about 2 weeks ago, about when it comes to Disney, everybody knows Disney for just being what it's always been. And for the fact of the last 2 years or so, like, I'll give you an example. You look at the new Buzz Lightyear movie, whatever the fuck. They sat there and they took the kissing scene or whatever out of it with the two chicks are kissing and all this other shit, and they just now put it back in the movie. And I just dropped that article in the DMs. See, that kind of shit, that's what Disney's about. When you heard about what Pixar was doing, and they got all pissed off talking about how they wanted to put their, LGBTQ content in all the movies, you got to see what that's about. And the fact that they're letting a lot of other shit go with, a lot of other movies, what, the Despicable Me, the little yellow motherfuckers, all that shit. Like, there's videos of them kissing and looking like they're fucking and doing a bunch of other shit.
That's not Disney though. That's what is that? Spielberg's, I think. DreamWorks.
Pixar.
This is DreamWorks. Pixar. Oh, I don't think that one is Pixar. Despicable Me, I think, is Spielberg's. Touchstone, or not Touchstone, but DreamWorks.
Yeah, but that's still isn't that still Fox, right?
You know what's hard to tell anymore. It's so hard to tell anymore.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of shit going on, man. And the bottom line is, for the last couple of years, Disney's been basically ramping up shit. Having more adult content. Having things being shown to the kids. They say, like, for instance, this Red Panda shit, this new Pixar movie they got that's out right now. It's all jacked up full of shit too. So it's like, it's the thing is Disney's trying to grow up and be more adult like when they've always been for the kids and everything else. Right. And that's what's fucking everything up, man.
Oh, and Despicable Me is Universal. So it's the competitor.
My bad. Well, they're fucking.
Oh, no problem. But the thing is, it's the same thing. I mean, it's the same what they're wanting to do. Right. They're wanting to be in their Disney in that area, and they're following along on that. And and of course, then what Disney do? They have the nerve to put warnings on the Muppet Show.
Yeah, man, I seen that, and I was like, wow. It's funny that they'll do that, and then turn Gonzo to be trans or some shit, and it's like they don't. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I don't know, man. I don't get it, man. I never saw nothing racist about or nothing stereotypical about anything that I saw from the Muppets.
No.
And I own all the seasons.
I don't know that the portrayal of pigs, I think, was kind of a little bit above and beyond. And those old guys up in the balcony, I don't know. That was kind of no. I mean, all seriousness on that one, they put that. But I think it comes right down to this. The other day, what was it? They handed out for the Screen Guild or whatever awards, and they gave a producer's award, and they gave it out dual to George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy.
I saw that.
And Lucas goes up there and he says, when I did this, I wanted to do the impossible, which he did. That was his goal. He wanted to do the impossible. He wanted to bring a film and storytelling to a new level, to give us a new experience on doing the storytelling. Old Kathleen goes up there, I want to make sure we have diversity and this and feminism and blah, blah, blah. That's the big differences between them. It's not about doing the impossible and bringing a new level of storytelling that just keeps us in awe. It's all about indoctrination, teaching, talking down. I am better than you. Men are bad. All that crap. And that's that's Disney. She's Disney. And that's exactly coming straight from the top. I mean, my respects to Doomcock. My respects here to Doomcock. It's gone. Disney's not going to change. Star Wars is not going to change. The only way we're going to have decent Star Wars and decent Disney is we get rid of all the shit that's in there that's running it, and it ain't going to happen anytime soon. My best advice, parents, keep your kids away from Disney. And then watch the other stuff carefully. Call out the old Warner Brother cartoons. If you want to have Disney, pull out the old Disney cartoons.
Yeah, I like the older shit, man. This new shit is the older stuff, man. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I have easily over 100 Disney DVDs, and of course, the classics, and there's a lot of stuff in between. Give an example, like the one with Sean Connery.
Darby O'Gill, the Little People.
Yeah. See, like there's a bunch of little movies. There's like The Cat from Outer Space. There's a bunch of shit out there, man. That a lot of Flubber and oh my god, you can just the list goes on and on and on.
The Absent-Minded Confessor, the Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes, Escape to Witch Mountain, Return to Witch Mountain, That Darn Cat.
Yeah, I own both of those. Yeah, the Escape and the Return. Yeah, that's hell. You even got like the reboot of that with The Rock.
Yep.
There's so much shit, man. Parent Trap. I mean, if you go back, all the Parent Trap movies, they had a couple of them. They had like. And I think they had another one when they were grown.
Yeah. And,
so the same character,
Blackbeard's Ghost with Peter Ustinov. Yes.
That was a good one.
Man, I bet you Steve knows quite a bit, man. I mean, I'm talking about real classics. I'm talking about whether they were animation or like You know, the ones
Kind
where
of like Peter Pan and stuff like that, or you'd have the black and white Halloween specials and stuff like that with
Mhm.
dancing skeletons, or
ooh,
Mickey and
the
Donald
Halloween
Duck
specials.
fighting ghosts, or
Oh, yeah.
Ichabod Crane, or you have
Ichabod Crane. That's what I was about to.
Mr. Boogedy and stuff like that.
Man.
You'd have the made-for-TV movies and all like that. Yeah.
Wasn't Legend of the Sleepy Hollow with Ichabod Crane? Wasn't that just a weird, freaky trip that Disney did on that one?
I don't know. The cartoon was great. Everyone was expecting.
Yeah.
It was a Halloween like tradition.
Right.
Right.
But growing up as a kid, watching it was like a weird, freaky trip. You're watching it, and he's supposed to go over the bridge, and somehow it got turned around. And he's going back towards the Headless Horseman, and
Yeah,
it was just
wild. You know, I remember watching that when I was a kid, man. And you only saw it once a year. See, that's what made it special. It was as special as watching like Charlie Brown and the Christmas special and the Halloween special. It was just like that. And there was a lot of shit that you only saw during the right, you know, that time of the year, that the fucking cartoon, like there's a bunch of Easter shit out. I mean, there was a bunch of shit, man, because you would watch those and then you'll get your claymation stuff. And there was a lot of claymation shit for all year round, but their most famous shit was all that Christmas stuff with Rudolph and Frosty and everything else. But man, there was a lot of classic shit out there, man. And Disney with the headless, with the Ichabod Crane and all that. And like he said, with the little ghosts and the little skeletons that were dancing, man, dude, it's like that's the Disney that people would miss, along with like the Mickey Mouse Club. Like, dude, it was so much shit from old Disney that has nothing to do with what's going on right now, man. People just, you know, it's like people miss that shit, and you got all these corporate motherfuckers that just want to raise it to be as adult as anything else that's out there.
I mean, growing up, you know, I watched the original Mickey Mouse Club, and they have, of course, Spin and Marty and all the other stuff that was involved in the show. And, you know, the freaky thing is, you know, that the kid's imagination in me, I could have sworn I watched those in color. For some reason, watching it, it was so vibrant enough of a show that I swore the show was in color. And when I'm older, I'm just like, hey, let's watch Mickey Mouse Club. Why is it black and white? I distinctly remember it in color, but it's like, no, that was me. But it was just, I was so drawn into the magic.
Right. Shit. Well,
and of course, being told by the old man saying, yeah, don't get excited over Netflix Jello. She's my age, if not older. Now it's like, oh, okay, great.
hey. Damn, you know, what's that? Babes in Toyland.
Oh yeah, Babes in Toyland.
And dude, there's so much stuff, man, and I don't know, man. It's kind of fucked up, man. Disney still has a place, you know. Star Wars still has a place. Marvel still has a place. Like, all these, you know, companies that have joined up to Disney. But what it is, it's they have a place in people's hearts for what they were before Disney bought them out.
Right.
And that's with everything. That's with the Muppets. That's with Star Wars. That's with Marvel Comics and the MCU. That's with anything that's Fox related that they're trying to bring back, the shit they're doing with the Simpsons now. All that shit.
Well, the Simpsons should die.
Well, you know, the thing is once Disney put their hands on them, they tainted everything, bro.
And
that's it.
That show's been around too long. They wore that show out. It's not even good satire no more. It's like they let the amateur.
What Disney's about to do with Aliens and the Predator and what the fuck you think Disney's gonna do with Aliens and the Predator?
They're gonna be the good guys that were oppressed by humanity.
Man,
they're gonna do like James Cameron did with Avatar, where it was basically retelling Pocahontas. You know, it's like, oh, these people are bad. You know.
Well, you know, the thing is, it's just you respect, you know, what was. And you know what is a whole nother story, man. It's just, you know, where they're at now. It's something that I just can't get on board, you know, with. The same thing with DC Comics, man. It's like, you know, I respect what you guys used to be. That's why I'll sit there and get old comics and all kind of shit, buying a bunch of shit secondhand. That's the only way I can support DC Comics. I support old DC Comics, buying their comic books secondhand. I can't sit there and buy any of their new shit, putting money directly into their pocket for the, for the trash that they're putting out and for the way they don't give a fuck about nothing no more. So it's a whole different story, man. It's not just it's funny, man. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone, man. Like, no shit. Some people, it's funny, man. Some people have benefited from what's happened in the last few years. A lot of people have made money in different ways. Some people were able to change like their jobs to where they didn't have to fucking work at the office. They can basically do the same job, but they're doing it from home. Now, a lot of things have changed, man. Like, dude, think about like Christmas of 1999 going into the new year. January was what it was, but between February and March, that's when everything fucking went upside down, man. And look, man, I mean, you sit there and you just look at how everybody was able to like to stand still, and the thing that helped everybody was that when a lot of us were able to stand still for a little bit, we actually got a good chance to look at the world around us. We just had to slow down for just a little bit. And you know what? No bullshit. This pandemic gave everybody the fucking chance to stop in their tracks and look at the world around them for what it really was, man. And that changed everything, man.
Well, exactly. The pandemic, I mean, honestly, that was got me involved doing this because up till then, you're busy, you're running around going crazy with life, and you've seen everything torn down. That's why I don't call myself a pulp culture crusader or anything in the sense, because I've been out of it so long because I didn't leave it, it left me. Every time I was turning around, it's like, this is crap, this is garbage, this isn't what I like, this isn't what what it's supposed to be. And then it's like, okay, now you have a little bit more time, sit down, start doing a little YouTubing, and I find you gentlemen. I mean, it's great. It's like you guys, you Fat Steven, you 24, and Vigilante whenever he wakes up and comes here. I mean, you guys, you don't know what you guys have done for my soul. Really boost me up, and seeing that, yeah, and of course everybody is in the chat over there, and other channels out there. Of course, needless to say, Overlord DVD, Raymond Feliciano, Fit for Hire, all those guys out there, Brandon the Anime Guy, and finding that we are all we all have that same mentality. We want what we had. We're tired of it. It doesn't matter what your political stance is, what your gender, what your ethnicity. That doesn't matter. We all are combined together for this love. It just reminds me of the days back when I was involved in fan clubs. That was the way it was there, except we're face to face in those times. Now we have, of course, obviously the computer, the cameras, all that great fun stuff, but we're still together. We're still this community. We all love this stuff. Right. And this is what this pause did. This might have been one of the worst things that happened to the woke, because those of us that felt that we were silent and we didn't have a voice, we now have a voice. We all have it.
I think my biggest problem with any of this when talking about pop culture is the ones we develop an affinity for the most, the ones that we've done streaming with over time. This is not a jab at anyone here.
Right.
This is not a jab at anyone in general. Mm-hmm. But the pretense falls where you start questioning yourself the more the people you care about, you believe care about you, start questioning and criticizing and condescending your content because it doesn't meet their value. And I am, to be blunt, I've reached a point where I got swept over by content and my channel changed, and I want to branch that out into something else. But I am sick and tired of persons, whatever you want to call them, entities that want to push their bias or their own thought processes on how we criticize things, how we take apart things, how we put a judgment on what we know, what we've read, what we've done,
Right.
as a simple category of, hey, this isn't meant for you. You should just ignore it. You don't get to criticize it. You haven't watched it. Oh, you watched it. You still don't get to criticize it. And it's like we're watching funerals across the board with pop culture and stuff. Because yes, generation change, mentalities do change. It's a fucking graveyard. It's a graveyard. No, you have to accept this. This is a fucking graveyard. And then when new things come out and you want to give it a chance, you're already beaten down ahead of time, because this is the biggest thing I hate about fucking YouTube. This is the biggest thing I hate about Twitch. This is the biggest thing I hate about any social platform.
Right.
It's the people we meet, the people we develop relationships with,
Right.
are the ones that can destroy your ability or the thought process of trying something new in a heartbeat, and then say they don't care, or they're looking out for your well-being, or they want you to stay in a certain lane.
Right.
But humans don't work like that.
Mm-mm.
Nobody works like that. And as we're going through this graveyard hoping for some type of resurrection, we're getting nothing more. We're either beat down by the people that we thought will support us through everything, or we're getting the cold shoulder from people because they don't want to believe that you can do more and still go back to the old and function. And that's where, like, we're Star Wars. You're
Right.
taking from the old, but you're reconfirming it into something new, something that you don't need identity politics in, or you don't need to be told that our bias or the bias of the world or the minority is what should be focused on more than anything else. It's redundant thinking. It is simple. It is too simple. It's Neanderthal. I don't want to wake up every day and turn on the internet and feel how special I am. Nobody does. We want to know our accomplishments through the work we put into it.
Right.
It shouldn't matter what the content is or what the pop culture we're trying to show how great it was. We're
Right.
trying to make sure that how great that memory is passed on. I don't even know if I'm talking the same subject anymore.
No, you're still on the same subject. Yeah.
It just feels like lately, and I'm going to say something, ever since this year started, it feels like there is a huge curb stomping going on content creators within our own selves, our own fellowship community, as you want to say.
Right.
And it's exhausting that we don't have any escapism to get out of those exhausting moments, because everything seems to be warped and belittled and manipulated.
Well, that's always the battle.
It's not a battle anymore. This is pretty much a mourning. That's the sad part. I want to be able to look at a show, look at a comic book, and break it down because of the pros and cons.
Right.
Not because I'm automatically labeling it as SJW or because it's woke or anything else. But it's like people we're not even able to have that extent of process of communication anymore. It's the truth. Think about it. How many times have you tried breaking down like a comic book and you have people that get defensive saying, "Well, I liked it." Well, that's fine, but I'm not attacking you as a person. I'm attacking. I'm putting points on the table of what I find humor, what I find bad, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. And we're just keep going through this graveyard, and it's like the graveyard is now not just the pop culture; it's the graveyard of even having relationships with people online.
Right.
No, it's like you're either going. I don't know how to explain this. It's like we're watching ourselves die slowly in a way because we can't just agree to disagree. Yes, there's going to be shitty people that might like the same thing you do. Doesn't mean you have to deal with the shitty people, but doesn't mean every person is going to be a shitty person because they like something you didn't, or you didn't like. It's ongoing cycle. Now, I'm probably rambling again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Well, don't be sorry.
I'm
No.
tired of waking up to a graveyard. I really am.
Yeah, you know, and that was like another point that I was trying to make a little earlier. It's funny you said that, man. It's like for for some people, the last couple of years have been some of their best living. People made a lot of money for all different kinds of reasons, man. You know, businesses that a lot of shit fell and a lot of shit came up. But the one thing that suffered throughout what the fuck's been happening in the last few years is entertainment, man. And don't give a fuck if it's sports, movies, comic books, fucking video games, you name it, man. Music, everything's been fucking, dude. For as well as a lot of people have came up and the last few years made a lot of folks fucking millionaires. For all the good shit that's happened, the one thing that sucked, I tell you like this. Just think about every other time in the world that anything else has ever happened. You can sit there and look at, okay, well, we had a great movie here, a great song there. Dude, there's a lot of things in life that when you relate to it, you can remember what movie was out, what song was out, what was popular at that time, all that shit. You know what we're going to be talking about a lot now when we reflect on 2020, 2021, 2022, and all this bullshit. The thing that we're going to be reflecting on and looking at is how fucking woke and how trash and how everything was fucking force-fed down our throats. And you know what, man? This has to be the worst time ever. In the whole existence of movies and TV and everything else, this has to be the worst, man.
Careful 24, that'd be considered a hate click, or you're just shitting on things rather than just ignoring it and letting it go.
Man.
But, the quote used from a while back to Fat Steven, you have it exactly right. They are pulling out all the stops because they know they're losing the war. And, it always gets a little bit darker before you get to that dawn. And, yeah, the morning as you're talking about it. But there is a little sense that you can take off of that is knowing that we are making inroads. And yeah, there's YouTubers out there that, and like I said, I'm not going to say
it's not YouTubers. No, this isn't YouTubers, Baron. This is people. It's just normal people. You don't even have to be a streamer anymore. It's just people. You can't even civil. This is.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, because
sick.
I mean, in the old days, yeah, we could sit down and discuss something where, I didn't like it for this reason. Oh, really? And I liked it for these reasons. You could have the civil discourse back and forth and pick something apart without being angry or hateful and realize that, yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I can see where it was your cup of tea or something like that. And, agree to disagree and not walk away and be hateful and spiteful with each other. It's like you said, people take it as a personal attack when it's not.
I'm so sick of having to state as a disclaimer that I'm not attacking the person. You can, like even memes now, like the whole joke. Oh, the left can't meme. Guess what, motherfuckers? The right can't fucking take a joke. That's the fuck. And I'm saying this because I'm not even political. It's that fucking bad now, where there's literally just left and right shit. We can't even make a joke about a scene and move on and not feel like I can't deal with this person anymore. Why? What if they said they were so horrible? They made a meme. Why is that meme so offensive? Because did it hurt your ability to still love Star Wars? Did it hurt your ability to still love Star Trek? No. Why the fuck are you outcasting people because they made you uncomfortable from home because they made a joke? This is the thing too. It's layered. And it's so draining. You know what? Everyone says, well, no fucks to give. Just keep moving on. Bro, when you are literally having social outcasting going across the board to anyone, whether it's in real life, on a platform, around anywhere, we're no better than the fucking shit we're fighting.
Right.
And how many times? And then we're just told, well, you should just move on. Then they probably weren't your friends to begin with, or they weren't probably your family to begin with. Fuck that.
Mhm.
Fuck that. Don't put your insecurity on another person because something bothers you and think you're a horrible person. It's all of this shit.
Mhm.
WandaVision was my funeral. Okay,
Yeah,
it was.
I remember. I was
WandaVision
there.
was my funeral. Okay,
I remember that. I was there.
and then I found that passion again. I hate using this example all the time. And then from that, it seems it's another outcast.
Right.
It's like if you're not doing this, you're not part of this no more. Or if you say this, you can't be but this anymore. I am so sick of this shit. I am sick of it. I literally sick of it. I keep this bottled up. I am fucking sick of this shit. I have never seen so many fucking children running around with adult bodies thinking they know more or have the right to do more because they don't meet the standards of you as a person. Motherfucker, the whole world doesn't meet your standards as a fucking person.
Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing?
I'm sorry.
There was no way I could follow that up. That's all I had. What are we?
I'm having a social discourse of how humanity is really disappointing me now. And I'm even disappointed in myself. But it's all related to pop culture and the funeral of it.
What set this off? Which one was it?
I don't know. Probably people think I'm some kind of loon right now. I don't care anymore.
No. Listen, this
No,
stuff is
you're not.
frustrating.
Nah,
This is the
come
end.
on, man.
We're watching the end of Western society, and we're also watching it getting like jerked off in our face. So it's understandable that you get fucking frustrated and that you have moments. Should I have moments all the damn time? No, it's fine. I don't even know. That's why I'm asking. I couldn't tell you which one, but there's a billion reasons to feel the way you feel. A billion. And every
It's
day,
just being human.
we didn't even cover. So it was so funny. Fucking Matt, shout out to Culture Crime Fires, soft
Right.
plug. But we had so much to cover. We had like 50 stories, and unfortunately, this week we could only do an hour. And then we tried to get to some of it on the show. Oh my god, the MF for Cocktail Lounge. We still didn't get to all of it. There's like 100 stories of woke gone wrong. Whether it's the Abrams and the gay John Kirk, James Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whether it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Whether it's something about Halo, whether it's something about this or that, whether it's wrestling going woke, it's everything.
Oh,
It is
I saw that.
everything. So
Yeah.
it's like
I
you
miss
can't
wrestling.
escape it. You cannot
No.
escape it, and it's and then I was like, hey, let's take the damn Amarath on G4 thing as a victory because it kind of is. Even if it is hypocritical, of course it is. Hollywood. But I take it as a victory. It's like they said they went the other direction. They said feminism doesn't sell. Let's see some titties, and I'm like, I'll take it as a win. You know what I mean? But
Right.
outside of that, it's just darkness, craziness. I saw some of the stuff in the chat. You got your own set of stories. Apparently, Buzz Lightyear is another thing. Same-sex kiss. It's just like every freaking thing is crazy right now.
But
So I understand the frustration.
But let's put it this way. Let's say you're not even covering the fact that there's woke or not woke, and you're just doing what you like doing, dislike. You're automatically put as one of those things. You're just doing it because you just want the clicks. You can't even have a free speech of voice anymore to be fair down the middle. It's like there's no end.
There is no end because everything's been politicized.
You know what this is it causes me depression. I'll be straight up. I have never had so much anxiety and depression trying not to fight myself and what I'm having fun with, but fighting the fact that people will shun you for it. But they won't shun you to your face. They shun you in a passive-aggressive, nonsensical attack because they can't be adults.
You want to know something, Steve? You had it right with the gaming thing because I think that's the only. Not that it's free of wokeness, it certainly isn't, but there's still fun there. There's still something genuinely fun, and there's something genuinely that makes people happy there in gaming. And because that's the only entertainment medium that I can say is there's some safe. I hate to use the term safe space, but literally that's the only entertainment medium you can just play a game. You get out of it what you get out of it, and that's it. Everything else is going to be drenched in politicized bullshit, whether
Right.
you want it or not. Whether you're just like, I just want to watch. I can't watch the Batman. It's politicized bullshit. I can't watch anything. It's always going to be a line or something there, and that's just the way it is, unfortunately. And I think all we can just take is the small victories that we get
Right.
until there's more of an alternative. And that's going to take years.
Yeah.
It's going to take years for an alternative to come out. That's just the reality. And
And,
don't bring up that pirate game. That's a can of worms on the other stuff.
And the thing is we're even going to have that problem here on our channel. I just found out that Sentient Dildo is going to do a same-sex kiss in the chat while we're doing this show. And it's
no.
we can't.
Even since your dildo's gone woke.
He's the most woke out there.
Yeah, old man's right. They try to make NASCAR woke. It's like, how do you make these things? They'll try.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Hey, at least we got each other though.
Yeah,
4 of us.
Yeah, that's true, man. Shit, we ain't the ones talking shit. We just looking at it like, what the fuck's going on? But yeah, man,
It's all crazy out there. I mean, it really.
It's a nightmare.
Oh, Rough Girl's there.
Hell, Rough Girl. And since Dildo said he was always woke.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
yeah. He's that little snake in the chat that we got.
There you go. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I just want to say hi, Sox Bulletins, for joining us today. See that they've joined in there. I think we got a couple people. Zax, of course, is here. Beware of Zax. Yeah,
Growing
Zach.
channel.
Yes, he's doing good. Him and Texas Salty Seed do a good team up together. Both great people. And I think I got everybody so far. Of course, the long suffering I think I saw on there.
Yeah, she
always
said,
following me around there.
She had a similar situation to what Steve was talking about with a friend just stops talking to her. You don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Or they won't even be on the same panel, or they literally pretend like you're not there, and it's like it's just you. I'm sorry, I will never kiss someone's ass just to feel cool.
Mm-mm.
But don't you dare pretend I don't exist. I fucking hate that shit, and I don't do that to other people. If I don't pretend you don't exist, it's because you crossed a line against my character and you've gone out of your way to try to start shit that I have enough receipts on. No one deserves that crap. We're all trying to do the same thing here. Give our content, give our points of view, and not be villainized for it because I don't fit a certain. That's the thing. I'm going to lay this out right here. The way, you know what it sounds, what it feels like. It feels like when Trudeau says a fringe minority, or you don't fit a certain point of view. You know what I mean? Though, or like unacceptable views. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling that across the board on just doing content. In a way, we talk about cancel culture and woke culture. Guess what? There's a total opposite to that. It's the anti-woke culture and the anti-cancel culture, but it's still doing the cancel and anti-woke culture. It's still doing the same cancel shit.
Yeah,
we don't even realize we're
noticed
doing
that for a while. I've noticed that for a while. That's kind of been where I've like, I see that, the anti-woke can be just as woke as the woke. You know what I mean? Because what bothers us about the woke at its core is this rule set and this inability to disagree with discourse. And once you have that, it doesn't matter what your point of view is, you have something dangerous. And so that's, I've seen that myself.
I like Discord with someone that's disagree, whether it's about topic of science fiction, fantasy, all that stuff, because you come back with, if it's of course again respectful disagreement with the Discord going back, if you don't walk away without getting their viewpoint, another thought, an idea, something for you to think about, that's what I like. And you don't have that. It's just basically shout you down that, oh, you don't like that, I don't care, you're not part of us no more, and this isn't for you no more. Just like they're doing with Star Trek, space travels. I'm not even going to call it Star Trek. That's coming down from the people who are doing the show. There's people that are the fans now saying, we don't want you no more. We don't even want to hear anything that you have to say. It's like, that's not Star Trek. Remember the whole thing called EDIC? Infinite Diversity and what infinite diversity, infinite culture. I can't remember how that fully goes, but it's all about, hey, we all have different ways of thinking and thoughts. Get together and discuss it. And, yeah, let stuff get passionate. There's nothing wrong with passionate, but again, remember these are human beings, and if you're not going to walk away learning something about a viewpoint or a different approach to how something was, whether it's an episode of Star Trek or one of the Star Wars movies or anything that comes along the line, even the Asimov book, a different take on iRobot or the Foundation series. You that's how we grow. That's how we learn. That's how we expand, and that's how we get better stories. And that's what we need. Again, it started to come back from the other side, unfortunately. I hate seeing that. But I think it's that response. It's reactionary. And that's the important thing. It's not being reactionary. Quit being reactionary out there. Stay the course. Stay the ground. Just because they're doing it doesn't mean we have to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
The funny thing is, they don't even realize they're doing it.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's just it. They don't realize it. They got sucked in. And that's the problem when people start getting way too passionate and start using emotion over trying to think. It's like, hold back on the emotion. Emotion is great, but start thinking. Quit being knee-jerk. Knee-jerk is always one of the wrong things to happen because someone will take something out of context, go knee-jerk, and before you know it, it's blown up into something that shouldn't have been.
Well, to be fair, just the nature of this content creation thing is knee-jerk. You have to get a content out really, really quick. And that leads to people just always, all right, I gotta have a take, and then they'll bleed over to how you end up treating people. I gotta have a take now, because that's how you have to do this. You have to have a take now, have a fucking video out before everyone else does, and get everything out quick. And so you find yourself making snap judgments, and you continuously do that when sometimes you gotta take a little bit of a breather. And to take one, I saw somebody talk about that Pam and Tommy movie. It was well done. I think that was sentient. Or is it Sentient Dildo and Zach?
Yeah, that was Sentient.
I know they're doing a lot of the bio picks. Like they got a one for the Lakers, and they did the fucking Joe Exotic one. That's the new. I guess that's Hollywood is so out of ideas. They're just like, let's just talk about stuff that actually happened and just make.
Hail Klobby. And thank you. That infinite diversity, infinite combination. Thank you, Klobby. That's what I was trying to remember.
Klobby.
Another clobbering times. What's going on, bro?
He'll keep me in line.
Love clobbering times. He's the only one who agrees with me with the Joker. Thank you.
Socks and bulletins. What's going on, Socks? Rough girl. What up, girl? Zax. Man, all kind of great people in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Shit. Guess we all got a little something on our minds, man. I was talking.
Well, and I guess I'm going to go one step further. I think one of the things that help ruin all this shit is the reality shows. All that BS.
Yeah, reality shows mixed into the early social media. Now we're in the social media era. It led to it led to drama as its own form of content.
And I can tell you that reality shows are anything but. There's a lot of scripting to those shows. A lot of scripting.
They're open about that now, but I don't think people realize that at the time. Apparently, Pam and Tommy is done by creative people, according to Sentient Dildo. That's cool. And I'm glad there's some good content out there. I think that's another thing that we miss. I mean, it may not always be genre content, but there is stuff to watch that exists. And
there's a lot of good shit out there. Everything doesn't have to be, comedy or action. There's just a lot of, there's a lot of good stuff that I don't know. A lot of things have been so changed. Like a lot of the content that was able to get put out has changed to where a lot of it is not what it originally was meant to be, man. By the time it hits production, script will come out, and say, hey, we want, these kind of people in here, and all of a sudden it ended up being a bunch of other people in there. And that's why sometimes the roles don't seem like they fit the proper people, because a lot of things get switched you know, when things go into production, man, to where even with the original casting and everything, a whole large overload, you know, overload of other things would come and take its place, man. And dude, I feel like we're just not getting original shits right now, man. And a lot of things are being watered down. Basically, you know, nothing wrong with diversity. I mean, but there's been diversity. There's been diversity. I would have to say, honestly, when it started really by the 60s and 70s, diversity started coming in. And right now, a lot of it looks like it's being weaponized, man. And it doesn't make, when you see someone diverse in a role, it doesn't look genuine, for the simple fact that the motive behind it makes it look like it's force fed, man, to us, man. And it doesn't. That's why a lot of us can't get with a lot of shit that's the way it is, man. It's fucked up, man.
Man,
and, you know,
so
the thing is, it's like we have to zigzag through everything to kind of sift out.
Yeah.
You know what's decent enough for us to watch, man. That's not just filled with a bunch of other shit that what's fucked up about it. And I'm just gonna be honest, and I'll say this, and I'll stop. Is it's the gift and the curse for us, all of us, everybody on the panel, everybody that's been listening to us in the chat. The gift and the curse is that we're the minority that sees something that the rest of the world can't even catch on. So when we're the ones that talk about woke shit, we're the only ones that know about what the fuck each other are talking about. Everyone else thinks we're fucking crazy.
Yes.
And that's really what the fuck it is, man. And you know what? The bad thing about it is what made the world woke was a generation of people that sold an ideology. They sold a dream to everybody that had any kind of business, no matter what the fuck it was, and everybody bought into it. Everybody bought into it, except very few. And we were the ones that kind of woke up when we could sit there and have these conversations with relatives and friends that know us as well as they know us, and they'll still look at us like we're crazy.
Yeah, man.
Even though we know through the bullshit, like, hey, man, they're trying to, groom your kids with this, and how could you? What do you think you think this? Like we're crazy, but you don't see that the shit they're watching and the shit the teachers are teaching them are fucking them up. But when we bring it to their attention, we're the bad guys. It's like that with everything that we're fucking involved with. It doesn't matter if it's education, if it's government, if it's entertainment. It doesn't matter. And that's the war that we're fighting. And that's the shit that I got pissed off months ago and was talking about. It's this exact same shit, and the whole world bought into it. I don't know who started it, whether it was the government or people with ideas or whatever the fuck. But dude, everybody bought into it. Land O'Lakes took the Indian girl off of that shit. Dog, it's like food companies, entertainment industries, Disney trying to censor the Muppets. It's like all this weird shit. It's like, what the fuck's going on with our world? Everybody's went crazy, but the thing is, everybody bought into the same shit, and everybody's been failing, man. And that's what everybody that bought into this shit 5 to 10 years ago and thinking that making your content woke would be something that would that they would actually benefit from, and it's like they're trying to usher in a new world order on us. And guess what, man? What everybody bought into it, it's not working out like that, man. Because now it's like it's a resistance there, man. And we're getting hit on all levels, man. It's fucked up, man. But shit, that's how we. The thing is, a lot of people are sitting there and they're looking at this, and I'll tell you this, man. Some people are tired of the fight. And I'm noticing that lately, man. A lot of people are just like, damn, they want to enjoy shit. They don't always want to be looking at content and feel like they have to fight themselves to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that too, man. Like people like it's wearing people out to not be able to enjoy this shit. But the thing is, that's the curse, and that's the gift of knowing better. It's like, how can you see that shit? It's like the Matrix. How can you see that shit, know what it is, and still say, you know what, man, I'm just tired of fucking fighting with everybody and not getting into this shit, whether it's on Twitter or in the comment section of my video or whatever. I'm just tired of just going through this shit and looking at it, man, and have to fight with my own peers and other people, man. I just want to enjoy this shit like everybody else. But let me ask you this, man. What you trying to enjoy that everybody's trying to, coerce you to fucking love, is it really what you know that shit? And how can you do it with a clear conscience knowing what the fuck it is? So what do you do with that, man? And what do you do with trying to enjoy something, man? And that's the thing we're all struggling with that shit, because we know better when we know what's woke. We know better, but we want to enjoy it, man. And it's like it's hard to find a balance when everything is just going the way it is and everybody's partaking in the shit, man. And this is fucked up, man.
It is 100%.
Man.
I mean, look at it.
Clip this. Clip what he just said. Like, Pat has somebody clip that what you just said, because it's like 100% real. And then Baron, you talk, and then go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Please clip
well, I mean, I was just going to say, going back to the Land O'Lakes and all, isn't it interesting that they had to take every person of color off of this?
Yeah.
Whether it's but they left the white guy, the Quaker guy.
Yeah.
Yep, they left the Quaker guy. Same with the sports teams. You still got the Cowboys, still got the Fighting Irish, but you don't have the Indians or the Redskins.
Because these are offensive when they're, no one ever names a team to be a joke.
Yeah.
There's pride behind it. There's support behind it. And even with the mascot, yeah, we're going to have fun with our teams, but we have pride. You never name a team to be a joke or a butt of a joke.
Yeah, you like our team, they are a butt of a joke. The Lions. The idea is you want something that, but no, you want something that puts almost fear. A lion, a bear.
Right.
The idea that an Indian is like you're not looking at them as a negative. You're looking at them as like warriors or whatever like that.
Right.
Man, like the Washington Bullets, man.
Yeah,
because
Bullets.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, they're going out there and
back
doing
in the day, man.
Yeah,
aggression.
They're going out there. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, they're going out there and doing ritualistic battles on the fields. I mean, when it comes right down to it, it's ritualistic battle. It's supposed to be a bully one, but it's my side versus your side. There's strategy, everything involved. The only thing is there's no bang, bang, bodies lining up. Well, again, like you're saying, a warrior, you want to have that warrior spirit. You want to have something that's back behind that. You're proud. This is me. This is my team. This is, no one wants to go out there and say, hey, we're the jokes.
Yeah. And to go back to 24's point, there's a couple things that I've even kind of mentioned. One, I said this on another plug, Culture Crown Fires, where the fucking Obi-Wan trailer, when I see and I hate feeling this way as a black man, so to speak. Right. When I see the black lady and it looks like she's gonna be Bestes Evar, Darth Vader, she has sort of a Darth Vader Jedi Sith thing, and I've never heard of this person, and I'm just like, here we go, another Bestes Evar, and it's like I hate the fact that as a black man, I see a black character in a TV show, and now I feel like, oh, and like, why did y'all do this? How did y'all get me to this point? But that is how I feel when I see a lot of this wokeness. It's just like, oh God, here we go again. And it's crazy to have gotten me to that point. And then when you talk about, I had a video about the whole Brian Cannell thing. It's like, sometimes we have to remember there are people who, they don't see this shit. They don't understand this shit. They just go about their lives. And that's the majority of people. Everybody either bought in directly or subtly bought in. You know what I mean? They just, oh, that's just how it is. What are you talking about? And they don't know what the fuck we're talking about half the time, or they think we're crazy.
Exactly, because the whole thing, this is our world.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. That's what makes it, dog. It's kind of like a members only type shit. It's like you got to understand what the fuck, our plight is within all this, man. And it's like a lot of people don't understand, dog. And it's like, Nigga, we're the only ones that got sight beyond sight.
Yeah.
In this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we are, this is what we do. But the thing is, when we see through the bullshit, dude, we see shit from a mile away and we know what the fuck's coming. And you know what? Everybody else, they take it for a ride, they enjoy it, you know, they kiss it in the mouth. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's the shit that we're the ones that we're the standoff, like we're the ones that'll push up on it when everybody else will embrace it. But the thing is, they're not us. And that's what makes us different than them.
Well, one thing we have the curse of memory. Now they're trying to push a person of color just because of what their color is. We got to push it out there because we have to have diversity. Eddie Murphy never became the top draw of movies because he was black. He did it because he was popular, he was good, he was talented, he was fucking funny. You didn't, Eddie Murphy made it because he was. We didn't care if he was black. It meant nothing to us on that. He was funny. He was witty. Look at the career that he had. Of course, same thing with Richard Pryor. And of course, when it comes around, again, bad name, Bill Cosby, with how he went out there. And how he was attacked because he was trying to show black people in a positive light. And it's like, no, you can't.
A lot of people. Who's attacked by black people on that note?
Right. It's like, no, they're supposed to look like the Jeffersons. Not the Jeffersons, but they're supposed to look like good times. How dare you show them? Yeah. It's like, oh, really? Oh, really? You can't show people in a positive light? You want to have to hold them down? That's the most racist thing you can say. But the thing is these people were popular not because of the color of their skin, because of the talent that they had. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter. Now it is, okay, we got to push. We have to push a gender. We have to push a ethnicity. Just because. It doesn't even matter if they're good in the part or if they even fit the part.
Well, you know what? You hit on something. They're talented. Even outside of wokeness, Hollywood is kind of accounted for talent. You know what I mean? They don't push talent anymore. They stopped pushing talent. So they already were in a position where they just decide people, who cares who's the most talented actor, who cares who's the funniest comedian. We'll just push the prettiest people, the people with the biggest Instagram following. So because they became that, and yeah, Eddie Murphy, he did Pluto Nash and stuff. Everyone falls off. But like they're in the habit of just choosing the winner, so to speak. So that's why they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna choose. Now the wave, the thing is, everyone has to be diverse. Everyone has to be LGBTQ. Everyone, every character. So that's just how it is. If you don't like it, you're a bigot.
It's a litmus test now. It's like, okay, we have to have this, and we have to have the whiteboard. I mean, when you're doing a whiteboard for Star Wars, for Christ's sake, a whiteboard for Star Wars for their High Republic, man. It's that's absolutely ridiculous. Then you take a look at the stuff that they put on there, the diversity. It's like, the diversity.
And dinosaurs, by the way. No, don't.
We haven't gotten those yet. Where's my dinosaurs? I want them.
All we got was Geo. Oh no, not Geo. Was that his name? Geo.
Yeah. That was Geo. Yeah.
Yep, it was Geo. I forgot.
Hey man,
I thought it was
we got a rock character. What should we name him? I don't know. Let's call him Geode.
I remember what Steve did to that rock.
Yeah.
Oh, that was some classic shit, man. That was so funny. Holy shit.
Well, I know. I mean, as it goes, is you'd think Lando Calrissian would be one of the most hated characters in Star Wars for what happened with Han, but yet he's one of the most beloved characters. When the so-called sequel trilogy came out, people were disappointed that he never showed up in the first film, The Force Awakens. People were begging, "Where's Lando? We don't have room for him in this film." What? And then when they do finally bring him in, it's a poor like member berry cameo. Here, we're just going to drag him out for you guys to go, ooh, see, we finally brought him out. Are you happy? He deserves more than that. His role as I was hoping to see him as Two-Face in the Batman films because he was Harvey Dent in Batman 89. Yeah, he was going to be the Two-Face. It's like, yeah, I want to see what he does. It's like, should I have been mad that they did a race change on Harvey Dent? Well, no, they found a great actor for one, and it would have been interesting to see what he would have done with it. There you have Two-Face. On one hand, he's flipping the can of Colt 45. If it's a tab up, it's one way. If it's tab down, it's the other way.
That would be funny. Shout out to Colt 45. Come on,
yo.
Similar thing with Nick Fury. They didn't pick. They did. That wasn't a race swap. That's not why they picked Samuel L. Jackson. They picked him because it was Samuel L. Jackson. Like that. That's why they hired him, and they wanted his star necessarily. And the fact that he was black is like, okay, we don't care. He's perfect for this role. So that it's like there are times, and even I like still got to finish the Batman review, but I've been so busy with life.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing.
I thought you were about to get into something hot. Like, oh shit, that's a hell of an intro. What's Steve about to come with?
Actually, no. Okay. If you want, actually, this is something that came from Calgary. If you guys want to hear how Canada's getting fucked
Yeah,
up,
send that shit to me, man.
Yeah.
Man.
put it up. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Let's see it, man.
You ready?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
This is in Calgary. Hold on. But no, I used the video and I actually used copyright free.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is how the stream went. This is the clip. This is Calgary. This is Calgary, Canada. Look at Scuba Steve there, fully face masked and everything, holding that flag. Like I can't tell if he was a plant or just a coward trying to get news shots.
I think he's a plant. I mean, he could be a
Watch. There goes Antifa in Canada.
Whoa, nice shit.
Cop gets him.
Huh.
Watch the Hot Topic girl. They're the only ones wearing masks. You know that?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure I shows you, but it is a bit choppy.
These guys literally just knocked.
Yo,
Crazy.
Fuck, never mind. Screw it then.
people just fucking falling all over the floor and shit. Like police.
You're the Nazis! You guys are the fucking Nazis! Get it right! Go, please! Go CPS! Go CPS!
Sorry, it's probably because I'm using the. That's our Canada's Antifa right there.
Yeah. Shout out to the dude in the wheelchair.
Bunch of assholes. Call me a retard and pull me out of my chair. You want to be next? That's what happened.
Ain't shit real no more, said Central Dildo. Yeah, I don't know if the dude was a real guy or if it's a plant. If it's what's going on. Yeah, like Pat, I have no idea what's going on. Just see Antifa. So potential white supremacists, the police.
Now look who pops up again randomly out of the north. Like all the cops are there. Look at the ones wearing masks. Now look who's gonna magically pop up between all the cops with his giant ass pole for a flag. Out of nowhere again, he just magically appears. And there he is, magically planting himself right there.
It's probably a plant, and it's only one guy. That's what makes it really suspicious, right?
Coming behind you, sir.
You would think it would be a crew of them. One fucking guy.
Yeah.
There's Scuba Steve. There's the sound Scuba Steve.
Yeah, Canada's known for its Nazi pride. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think it's
I
a,
don't.
it's
That's
a,
the plan.
it's a plant. He's probably an Antifa member himself. So
Yeah.
I think it's a plant. But
It's-
hey, we got the news shot. So what do you do?
So they can promote the lie that this is all white supremacist stuff and all that.
Yep. Shout out to is it an outro?
Was that Cindy and Dildo?
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I think
I
it's,
don't buy it.
It's a plant.
That's
I mean, I like certain plants, but that's not the type of plant I'm a fan of.
You wouldn't smoke that one, huh?
Nah. Well, he almost got smoked, but that
That's
could have
true.
been WWE too. So who knows?
Yeah, I think that was fully. I wouldn't doubt. I mean, I agree with. I think that might have been even one of their own people out there, so they could make a big deal. It's like no one's paying attention to us. Let's go do something, get some attention.
Yeah.
Butzes.
Yeah.
Damn.
And to 24's point, try to explain that was a plant to anyone normal.
Oh no, there's a disabled person there, right? And the fat woman, so it's pretty much,
Good luck.
Yeah, so they got all the checkboards.
Yep.
And now he was able to come right back in and plant it there. Boom! Hi, I'm back.
And the cops are like, "Nah," and the flag said literally said goodbye, white pride. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that even there?
Wow, that's
There you
crazy.
go.
Sitch and Dildo talking about the Ukrainian army and some of their beliefs. We'll just say. How about that? This is just an interesting thing to when that's a big deal out there, and no one's really mentioning that. Even though, as we mentioned, all of our entertainment has been destroyed in the name of racial justice and LGBTQ justice. But then, when an army,
It's, and it's been relentless too.
Did you guys see the video? Did you guys see that video of the Ukrainian army taping and bagging the guy with his pants down against a stop sign?
I did not see that video.
Nah, I ain't never seen that one.
Well, we can't. Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's on Twitter. Actually, here he can't show it, but
yeah, we don't want a 2-4 to get shut down.
No, you won't. But you can watch it in. Hold on.
Man, go ahead.
I was pushing it with the Dinklage burning down the set of Disney, Seven Dwarves. Watch, he's gonna find out about that and come after me.
Yeah, you guys can look at it on your own. I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
But,
yeah, sure.
Okay.
And you guys can give your thoughts on that because I got to get going soon. But I will be here.
Well, that's what's up, brother. Man.
Yep.
Holy cow!
What? Are you watching it? I didn't want to delay. I was about to start vamping. I just see Sock's bulletin says a set of words I've grown to hate every time I hear it. Non-binary. I cannot stand hearing it anymore. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is just a lot, man. Because it's all of this happened within 5 or 6 years. It was so radical, such a massive shift in everything, and it's just these random group of people it's too much. I get it.
It's funny. So for DC, I ain't talking no shit, but this is just how wild it gets, man. For DC Comics, they take Tim Drake, right? And they add him to their Pride comic book that they got coming out like in May, June. So he's like, him and Jonathan Kent are like officially like.
Yeah. Who's the top and who's the bottom?
Well, I'm not saying like they're together. I'm just saying they're, it's like it's them in there with like, all their, all the LGBTQ characters or whatever, and they make a comic out of it every year now. Been going on for like the last 2 or 3 years, and for this year, they finally added Tim Drake, man, and
it's dope. It's dope. Just make make them all gay. Make the Justice League one big gay orgy.
Oh, you just change it. Sure, the Justice orgy. Just leave it at that.
Well, they already got that.
Oh God.
I'm just saying, no. Hear me out, man. The Justice League, like DC Comics, already got. They already got a team of heroes that, hang
and bang.
And it's in comics. It's canon. I'm not cracking no jokes and not fucking around.
I know you're not.
What team is this?
Justice League, man.
Which version of?
Well, I tell you what, man. You could look up like DC Gay Justice League or something like that, and it'll pop up, man. You can just use simple words that what'll pop up and what'll actually who the characters are, everything else, all that stuff.
They have an actual Wikipedia page for it.
Justice League. This is the word they use. It's JLQ.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. Yup, Justice League Queer. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Justice League Queer. That's the word that they have chosen to use. I'm not trying to be offensive by using the word queer.
So it's a real thing, man. I wouldn't fuck around and be like snarky.
Whoa, Steel is gay now too. When did that happen? Oh, but it's not the original Steel. It's a girl and she's gay.
Oh, well, it's his daughter.
It's his daughter. Okay, of course, his daughter, and she's just angry black lesbian. We've never seen that before. Glad they made
never.
It. Okay. Never. So thanks for ruining Steel.
Yeah, that's John Henry's daughter. Yeah.
Wow.
Aqualad, Batwoman, Bunker.
Yeah, there's yeah. So
crazy.
I mean, look, Bunker, a gay superhero from Mexico. Crush, a lesbian superhero from the planet, also known as whatever.
That's Lobo's daughter.
Yeah.
So now all their kids are gay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, right. Cool. So that's Lobo's daughter, Crush.
Literally. Wait, so that means
and for Pride, they came out with a Lobo and Crush comic book, and yeah, it's
so Superman, Lobo, and Steel all had gay children.
Right.
Okay, cool. That's very realistic.
Like Aquaman has like the new Aqualad, and he's
gay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Little light in the flippers.
It's 100% realistic that all these characters will end up gay all at once. It's absolutely.
And then it's like now you have
true to life.
Robin.
Yep. Good for them. I hope they enjoy their lives. I'm not gonna ever read any of this shit, and honestly, I feel like a fucking sucker for giving them money for that Batman movie that I really didn't like. I'm like, I should. I think I'm not telling. And Damian Wayne's not gay yet, but they'll make him gay. You know they will. They'll make him gay. But I'm not telling everybody else to boycott, but I understand why some people have, and I'm pretty much at that point to just say, you know what? I'm not giving you fuckers a dime. And then that's hard to do. Yeah, I want that fucking what's that game coming out? Arkham. It's hard. Arkham Knights or Arkham Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Arkham Knights is the old game. Arkham Knight is the old game. Gotham Knights. Yeah. I want to play that game. I don't really care about the Justice League Suicide Squad. There's always one property that has, I kind of want that. And that's what fucks me up. I need to just go hardcore, say, no, fuck you guys. I'm not giving you any more money. Anyone else can do what they want, but I'm not going to contribute to and fund this bullshit anymore. I got the right to vote with my wallet because they'll never stop. They'll never stop. The only hope for this to stop, DC stuff to stop, is for Discovery to just shut down DC Comics because it doesn't make enough money, which is realistic. They may just say, hey, we got all these fucking properties. We can have any old asshole do a movie for them. Just shut this shit down. It costs too much money. Fuck off. Now, that's the only hope for this to stop. And I know I'm basically saying DC Comics has to die for this to stop because otherwise it won't.
It probably will. I mean, they're losing money. I mean, even Marvel's comics is losing money.
Yeah.
And Hi Pacific 414, welcome on board.
Hey.
I mean, as Brandon loves to point out that, as American comics are dying, manga is just taking off like you can't believe. And it's just because we're telling stories. We're not pushing agendas. And that's the important thing. Comics. And it's not the fact that it might be coming from a left viewpoint or a right viewpoint. I mean, if I was reading something that, which is normal. I mean, it's just, the person who's writing, they might have a certain way of going with their viewpoint and it's, shows in there, but intelligently written. I mean, if I was against having leftist thought or left thought or liberal thought, I would never have been a Star Trek fan.
Yeah, very liberal.
I mean, you take a look at Green Arrow. Green Arrow was meant to be your.
All right, peace out, Fat Steven.
Take care, Fat.
Hey man, take it easy, my brother.
Take care.
Yeah, take it easy. Peace.
Yeah, man, take it easy.
I mean, Green Arrow was made to be that knee-jerk liberal superhero to coincide with someone like Batman, who obviously wasn't. Uh, and the thing is, he's an enjoyable superhero. He's one of my favorite superheroes, especially when they redid him back in the '80s. He was like, "Oh, this is a kick-ass comic." It's intelligently written.
It's funny. They're similar in a lot of ways. The fact that they're both fucking millionaires,
or billionaires, or whatever.
Yeah, Green Arrow and Batman. The thing is they're different, man. It's Green Arrow's basically supposed to be like on some Robin Hood type shit, man.
Yeah,
and Bruce Wayne is, Batman. He's, parents got murdered. He's on some old revenge shit, and he's
basically Robin Hood in the shadow.
Right, and his whole purpose is to make sure that no other kid goes through what he went through, to lose his parents.
Right.
So he hits Crime Alley and he does what he does in Gotham to make sure that nobody has to suffer the way he did. So that's what the fuck drives Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Which best explains all of us here with this, because again, it doesn't matter what your political viewpoint is on stuff. There's that love of what is important for Batman and for Green Arrow is to fight for justice.
Right.
For us, it's fighting for what we love with the pop culture and things like that. And the thing is showing that they're working together. They can work together. Just because they have different ideologies doesn't mean that they're enemies or hating each other.
No, that's not how it is now. You're supposed to hate people you disagree with. But no, shout out to the chat. Shout out to Cinch Dildo, New Jack City. I was about to sing the Living for the City remix they did, but I'm not about to ruin everyone's ears. New Jack City is a really good movie. I still love that movie.
I got New Jack City.
Step off, Grandpa. Sox Bulletin says the Gotham Knights is taking Kelly and Ray swapping her.
Yeah, they are.
I knew the TV show. I didn't know the game was too. Or
What's
is that
that?
just the TV show?
They're Carrie Kelly. They're changing. They're doing the race swap on her.
I know they're. Which I mean, there's so much of this, but they're race swapping Carrie Kelly from the Dark Knight Returns.
Oh,
did you see that 2-4?
No, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Another redhead bites the dust, but I thought it was just for the TV show. It's just a TV show. I don't think she's going to be in the game. But I need to not buy the game. I need to to stop doing.
Sox is just a TV show.
Just a TV show. Baby. I know. Remember they sampled that shit. That shit was sweet.
Oh, Sox Bulletin said appreciate that.
Just
Sox.
TV show.
Just TV show.
But still,
yeah,
it's bad. I mean. Again, it's these people that have this blinders on and don't think that anything ever happened in before their lifetime. It's like, well, we never had strong women. There was never strong women. Sigourney Weaver, aliens, bam, right there. Your argument's invalid with just that one there. Carrie Kelly coming in with Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, and how she brought in.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like for them to put her, she's from the future.
Yeah.
Basically, they're putting her character. Yeah, she's from the future. Everybody, by the time she becomes Robin, everybody else is fucking grown. Bruce Wayne's an old man, blah, blah, blah. So basically,
she shouldn't be born yet, honestly.
Exactly. So the thing is, they're taking her character from the future Batman. When he's an old man, they putting her in some present day shit just because she's the character that's never been used for shit. They never used her for nothing. You didn't never see her in nothing, man. And I think the only you ever see her in was when they did the Dark Knight Returns, the animated cartoon movie. That's the only time you saw her in anything that was outside of the fucking comic book or that she originally came from. So other than that, it's like, how you gonna put her character, put her spoiler, which is Tim Drake's ex-girlfriend, and she used to be a Robin herself, if I'm not mistaken, and then you got her with a bunch of other different like B and C characters that are women in Gotham and call them the Gotham Knights, but it's not Dick Grayson, it's not Robin, it's not Batgirl, it's not Tim Drake, it's not Damon Wayne. Then who the fuck are the Gotham Knights? Who are you talking about then?
Damon Wayne.
And they did do one thing with Carrie Kelly. It was in the Batman Adventures. If you ever saw that one, the animated show from the 90s.
Just going to say that.
Yeah, remember that
She
one.
had
It was a great segment.
Oh yeah, there's one segment when they're imagining, and they basically imagine the Dark Knight Returns. It was
Yeah.
it was on the last seasons of
Yeah,
that
it was like
show.
three
but
different
different
viewpoints
stories.
of how they viewed Batman, and they had 3 different vignettes. And the last one was the big battle with the mutant.
Yeah, it was basically Carrie Kelly, but it wasn't said to be. So I do
Yeah.
remember that
Right.
that scene.
Mhm.
But outside of that, and that was
Yeah.
more of an Easter egg thing. And I was going to say that too,
Mhm.
because it was an Easter Carrie Kelly Easter egg. But that's it. Outside of that, she's not been used in any.
Mhm.
Like I
Right.
said, outside no real live action, never been
But see,
depicted on
the
live
thing
action.
is, when if they put in the show, who the fuck's gonna know better but us that knows better and
Yeah.
knows that this she ain't supposed to even be there, but no, they're gonna do all this. They're just gonna shoehorn her character into somebody's position just to be a part of the team, and then the team is gonna be. Dude, you know what? They'll tell you who's on the, like, you can pull up an article and they'll show you what the fuck's going on with that.
You know what I just thought about? This generation, let's say you see Gotham Knights, I want to eat the comic, and then you're gonna get this white girl. This generation is gonna see so many fucking race swaps. They actually go to the source material. They're gonna like, why is all the source material? None of these characters are actually black.
Right.
Like that's what's going to ultimately happen to like the kids that are 5 now when they get to like 12, right when they're just starting to think a little bit critically for themselves. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
If the MCU had a real multiverse, David Hasselhoff would be brought back to play his role.
There you go, Nick
Yeah.
Fury.
Nick
That
Fury.
would be funny if they referenced that and you saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a different generation. Nick Fury and he's white, and they can.
Actually, they put it all together. You know what the story goes?
What?
The David Hasselhoff Nick Fury actually existed, but the Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury is his fucking son. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look, I'm just saying.
I'm not doubting you.
I don't know. I'm not doubting you. I'm just like,
right.
Oh,
no, I'm just saying, dude, it took me a minute to bite on that one, man. So I'm just saying, like just for yourself, just hit the Google and just look it up, and you'll be like, damn, that's kind of fucked up when you actually see it with your own eyes, and you're like, damn, they did kind of put it to where the black one is the actual son, but yeah, they end up having the same injury. Yeah, that's like Luke Skywalker type shit.
Yeah.
Father like son.
But you can't help but to grow, which I think is the comic origin too. But it's just still you're still growing at that shit. Because in the Ultimate Universe they have a Nick Fury Jr. and he looks like Samuel L. Jackson. But that was the origin that he's the son. But it's just still just like it's just grown.
Yeah. So basically, like the white Nick Fury that you see with the patch, from Shield, that we grew up watching and looking at in comic books. It's like, and then you end up seeing like the alternate, universe is the black one, and then they mixed it all together and come to find out that the white one was the father of the black one because he's older. Damn, man.
Yeah.
To try to make it all make sense why he's there and the whole shit.
By the way, that's before woke. Well, I can't say before woke because that was a 2000s decision, if I remember correctly, right? That's not a recent, like mid early 2000s.
I think it's like mid late 2000s, something around like 2005 to 2010.
2005,
right?
Around that time, could be 2008. You know, what I mean, it could be later than that. But that era, somewhere between 2003 and 2008, that space. But anyway, it's just I just want to see good material. That's all. At the end of the day, all we fucking want is to be entertained and have good entertainment that's fun or that makes us think or that has an interesting angle. That's it. That's all we're looking for. We're not looking for like Festy who just played that video with that plant. There's no white supremacy. We just fucking want good fucking TV, and they've just made this a total psyop.
I want a comic book film to be a comic book film. I don't want to see all this Independence Day destroying an entire town and virtually 9/11 in it every time you have a film because you have a couple superpowers battling themselves. It's like, you really want these guys in your town if that's the case? I want something that has more reflective of the '89 Batman film or the Christopher Reeve Superman films. If there's one thing that shows that Christopher Reeve is the top of the part, it's not that he was able to play Superman; he was able to play Clark Kent.
Yeah,
and how he was able to have those two roles, basically two roles as one, and play them different with each other. I want a superhero film. I don't want these big, loud, Roland Emmerich or whatever films where let's just destroy everything. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to see a ton of superheroes all together kicking ass. Sometimes there's that one-on-one or maybe a couple of them. I want to go back to where the city is the character as well. I want to, or wherever it is that they're at, the ambiance. I want to see something like that. I'm tired of Flash. Not the character Flash, but the Flash.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes sense. Because sometimes, like when you watch movies, let's say you watch a Superman movie, that he's trying to protect Metropolis, but how much of Metropolis do you actually see?
Mm-hmm.
And if you know that, it's especially like if you see Batman, you're gonna see Batman. You're gonna see Batman in Gotham, but do you get to see Gotham in all its glory while you watching Batman? It's like like the places that these heroes are at. They're very important, as well as as well as the supporting characters. It's just like a supporting character. Metropolis, Gotham. All the different cities in the superheroes stomping grounds. They're very important, man. And sometimes you only you only get a piece of that shit. When you see certain movies, man. And I give you an example: '89 Batman. They made you were able to see Gotham City with Michael Keaton. With the Joker and all this other shit, it was something Tim Burton had it in a whole different, it was his own world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes you don't see all that when you see some of these movies nowadays, man. It's when you see Gotham City is going to be supposed to be important. Let me ask you this: in the new Batman movie, what the fuck did Gotham look like? Did it seem like it was a part of Batman shits, like it was a part of his history when you sat there and you watched it?
I would say they tried to make it, and this is kind of a mistake I felt Nolan did. They wanted to feel like a real place. They wanted to feel like a real city. And so it did have some Gotham feel to it, but it also just felt like this is New York, or this, like Nolan felt they're just Chicago.
Or Chicago, right.
Or this is just. Mm-hmm. So to me, I still feel like the Tim Burton films made Gotham look or the Joker even. I think the Joker's Gotham was really good as feeling like Gotham. You can really feel this is the decaying city of Gotham,
right?
And the scenery and shit. This one was kind of closer to the Nolan. I mean, you still get some of that grittiness, but I don't know. A lot of it was just this is New York. This is any other city in real life.
And that's just it. This is escapism. This is fantasy. This. I don't want it to look like a town. Now, I remember growing up, I always thought, I was always led to believe that Gotham was New York, Metropolis was Chicago, but yet there were their own entities.
Right.
They're their own spirit behind it, but that's where the inspiration was. Where Chicago was a lot more shinier and brighter, which closer to Kansas, more apt for Superman. While New York was always darker, grayer, and that was the area for Batman to be part of in there. But the thing again, it's taking the real and then putting that fanciful comic book imagery to it. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see the glowing lights that we have today, which was one of the downsides of the Dredd film. They didn't make Mega City 1 look like Mega City 1, which was the plus of the Sylvester Stallone film. Mm-hmm. Just like, that was as much of a character. Just like the Enterprise.
Wait. So wait. Hold on. So what you're saying is, let's say that Dredd movie, you're telling me that if the Carl Urban Dredd movie had the way the city looked like in the Sylvester Stallone movie,
Mhm.
then that would have been the perfect mix of it.
I think so. That's my personal opinion.
Mm.
It didn't feel like Mega City One, even when you're coming to the
So,
costume, making it more
basically,
realistic.
Sylvester Stallone's version had the look, but Carl Urban had the like the way their storyline and everything went down.
Yeah,
Had the feel of Judge Dredd, but Sylvester Stallone captured the look of it.
correct. It's like if there's a way you could mash them together,
Right.
and you would have yourself that would be Judge Dredd, because that's just as much. Again, like I said, that's it looked like South Africa, which of course where they were filming, and in the slums of South Africa. Well, I don't want the slums of South Africa. I want Mega City One. Mega City One is, as much as it is, it's still loud. It's still bright. There's the weird architecture. There's, the noisiness, all that. It didn't, I want it to look like that, even though you have the brightness deceiving you that the city's shit.
Mm-hmm.
And which Dredd was doing, and the Sylvester Stallone was, had it right down. That film had it right down on that aspect, and that's what I want to see. I want to see that. It's like I don't want my heroes turning into quote unquote these realistic characters, because they're not realistic characters.
Yes.
I don't want them. I don't want. Hey, that's me. No, that's identify like that.
No, I don't want characters that I can identify with. I want characters that are better than me. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
The thing is we can sympathize, we can understand struggles they're going through. Great, they're going through greater struggles, but we can identify, hey, they're going through struggles, so you have that aspect to it, which makes a hero strong and great. A hero's not 100% perfect. They stumble, they fall. Whether you take a look at Luke Skywalker, even Batman, all of them have their flaws, and you can identify with that, not the character necessarily, but what they're going through.
Yeah. And Socks Bulletins, I didn't know you had a channel. I'm trying to find it, and I think I found it, but it doesn't. I don't see any title with that video. Just only has like 8 subscribers. Is that you? Like a lot of streams just say Socks Bulletins. So let me know if that's you. One thing I will say, even though I get crap for not liking the Dredd movie, the modern one, but in its defense, and this is just without knowing the budgets offhand, but I would imagine that relative budget, like, because obviously with inflation, they're made 20 years apart, but the Judge Dredd movie in the 90s probably had a higher relative budget and more production put into it than the Dredd in 2012. You know what I mean? They both were released, but that was Sylvester Stallone in the 90s. He was a big guy, so they would have put as much effort into that scenery as they could have. With this recent one was a very small budget film.
Well, I think a lot of the budget went to doing the 3D effects, because it did come out 3D, and I think seeing that in 3D, I think that would have blown a lot of people, because I always sit back and say it's a violently beautiful film. I mean, they did, what they did with, as odd as it sounds, but the violence that they had in there, how they made it so artistic, almost comic bookish in that film. Now, and of course, if I would have seen it in 3D, it's like, holy cow, what do we have here? But yeah, I can understand why Judge Dredd didn't grab you, Vigilante. And it's understandable on that one. And of course, like I said, as much as I like the film, there's things I didn't like about it, and I will pick about it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, as far as that, was just that when everyone likes it, everyone likes it, and then you watch it, like, this is all right, but all the hype. That's just, I think that's a part of it too. And I just subbed to you, Socks Bulletins. So thank you.
I have to look them up there, Socks Bulletins.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So yeah, it only has like a few things. Looks like it looks like the last stream I see is a year ago, if this is the right channel. Maybe this isn't the right channel. Oh, you know what? This has an apostrophe. I don't think this is the right channel. So
sorry,
bro.
I think I might have found it. Look, I see a big Spider-Man on one of the things. I think I found. Yeah, I found it. I'll put it in our chat. I don't have wrench abilities, but I'll put it in the chat here. Our chat. So see if that matches up here. There we go. But Socks, you got one more person on there. You got one more person now.
Okay.
He's
Now
up
I
to
found
10.
the right one. You have 21
Mhm.
subs, so I got the wrong guy. Some other Sox bulletins got a sub,
Mhm.
but now I got the right guy because I see the Batman. All right, I see. Yes,
Do I have the right one? Yeah, I got the right one. I'm sure I got the right one here. Yeah.
Let me see.
Sox bulletin. I see Spider-Man. I see a guy with a baseball cap. You wear a big baseball cap
No,
there, Sox?
that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong
not
one?
the guy.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I got first. This is the right one. And actually, I think I have
Okay.
mod powers. Hold on. Let me go to this on YouTube. I have the powers mod. So,
It's a previous channel. I think that's the previous channel.
Okay. That's what
you're
it
sneaking
is.
Sox. I see how it is.
So it's the same. It is the same guy. So where is my?
Wait a minute. What?
I don't know if the wrenches see it. He's posted in the chat there, so I don't know if the wrenches have the ability.
Okay,
to see
I actually
that.
have wrench power. This is the channel.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the channel. So, sub to my man Sox Bullet. Who got 20 some odd subs? Hey, give him a shout.
Yeah.
Always trying to help people grow. A lot of people are starting to grow again, which is kind of a very good thing because I felt like there was so much suppression most of my time on YouTube, and it's looking like, so long. It may be part of it is I don't censor myself the best, and that's my own fault. But I see channels are starting to get their content checked out.
Yo, Vigilante's 4 subscribers away from 700.
Whoa!
Yo,
no, don't hype it up because I've been at 700 multiple times. It keeps going back and forth. I was at 705 at one point. It's just YouTube. So I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm just YouTube is just YouTube. So and
YouTube's a bastard.
Yeah, because I don't want to. Hey, if you aren't sub to Vigilante Williamson, feel free to sub. I just don't know how long your sub is going to last. There's no guarantee you'll stay subbed if you do.
I still them.
There you go. So yeah, check to see if you genuinely like my content. Hey, I'm always welcoming subs.
Yeah.
Feel free to sub and let me know if you are subbed or are not. Make sure you are still.
Yeah, I'm looking at my shits right now.
Yeah, I've been at that number for like 7-8 months. Like I've been in the high 600s for 7-8 months. I've grown that not at all. I haven't grown since last summer. I'm not
763 for you, 24.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm thankful, man. Shit.
What was that? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Congrats, man.
Shit, I was gonna say that to you, but I got me like, damn, huh?
My numbers have been, like I said, slow. But you know what? The past 3 or 4 months has been my fault. Like it was a point where I was putting out stuff every day and just wasn't going nowhere. Nobody was seeing my videos, and the people that were getting annoyed. And then the past 3 or 4 months was just life, which hopefully the next month or so will be cleared up. Hopefully sooner than that, next few weeks.
Right.
But I'm just giving myself a month or so. Let's say a month and a half. I should be back on, being able to put more into my channel and hopefully get more out of it. So
there you go.
I'm not really tripping for right now. So hopefully it'll be straight in 6 weeks. So, but in any event, hey, thank you, Sox Bulletins. I appreciate the sub.
Yeah.
Like you said, hopefully you stay that way.
When we get out here, a mutual admin. Never mind, forgive me.
I hate when my mouth doesn't work. Like I can't say the word, and it's just like, oh Lord, screw my joke.
Appreciate you, Fox. Thank you. Yeah, that's real shit.
And yeah, I will be streaming later. I'll do a casual because there's a few topics I want to talk about, and then I've been trying to stream my man's game for a while, False Stop. So I'm gonna try to stream that. So I will be streaming around midnight, maybe a little earlier tonight, but we'll see.
Oh, you got a late night.
Yeah.
He always does. He's the Vigilante Williamson.
Even though my
he's
schedule's changed, so it won't be as late as usual. So I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to shoot for 11 my time and try to get it done by 1. We'll see. You will see. But actually, on that note, because there are a few things I gotta get handled, I got to get out of here myself.
That's cool, man.
So I thank you for having me. I was late again, but the next couple of weeks.
You good, man. I'm glad to have you here, man.
Hey, in a few weeks, I'll be able to, potentially, I ain't even gonna say it. But let's just say I'll be a lot closer to 24, and we can do some interesting things with the streaming. So I'll talk to him at a later day on that.
Oh, yeah.
But in any event, thank you all for having me. I love being on the show. Thank you all in the chat. See you guys later. Peace.
I mean, take it easy, man. Peace.
Take care, Veg. Love you, man.
You guys too. Love you too.
I love you, brother. There you go, man. Vigilante Williamson. And then there were 2.
Now that we got rid of the dead weight. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
His Twitter page. Yeah, man.
Nice
everybody sub to Sox Bulletins.
Yeah, I can't wait to look at some of this stuff. Can't wait to see that Batman Superman one that he's got there. So
Pacific 414, what's going on, brother? Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. I'm just sitting here, just chilling. Letting everybody have their piece on the mic. Let them speak their piece.
We had a lively one. I mean, there's a lot of unlike G4 with their stage scripted out, whatever. You and Fat Steve and all that. I mean, there was some real passion behind that one, and I can understand exactly what you guys were all saying about all that shit.
Thank you, Sox. Appreciate you. Thank you. I mean, thank you, man. I just, man, it's fucked up, man. Like when you just really look at everything, man, so many, it's a trip, man. So many companies that sell coffee, companies that sell food, companies that sell clothes, companies that just your everyday fucking company is sitting there and just, dude, it's things on the side of like advertisement and candy bars and your M&Ms and all kind of shit. So things from that perspective, from that shit, all the way to like music and movies. So it's just everything, dude. This is so fucking crazy. It's like, damn. Comic books, it's like toys and and it's like, again, it's like, your kids are being educated in this shit. It's so much, man, on so many different levels of life that it keeps your head on a fucking swivel no matter what it is.
And you bring it up with the toys, and Pacific Gnosis from a couple weeks back when we were on that show, and Cash Money and all that, talking when it comes around the toys, and this is something I think we as older fans have a fault with. They don't make these toys now for the kids anymore.
Right.
You don't have the Star Wars toys for kids to play. It's for these collectors. It's for the person that goes, hey, this is Lego set. I'm going to grab all these Lego sets, keep them, and in a year from now, I'll put them on eBay for double, triple the price. And they're not getting where they're supposed to be going. The kids, they have their imagination build up to build their own headcanon. And,
No, I was just thinking, the thing is that the evolution of how kids were to what kids used to be to what they are now, that changed. So it's like, dude, you could look at it like this, man. What overtook board games, Atari, action figures, maybe Nintendo, though all that little simple shit, like what overtook that and comic books and a lot of other things just became the internet.
Mm-hmm.
What overtook comic books, manga. It's a lot of other shit, man, and it's like man.
Well, and part of the thing is because they were abandoned. They're abandoning the people that it's supposed to be for.
Right. Yeah.
It's not that it's not available for them. The comics are not written for kids anymore, for everybody to read anymore. One of the big problems I had with Doctor Who after the Doctor Who TV show came to an end, they started this whole line of books called the Doctor Who, the New Adventures.
Right.
Yeah, and from the get on, then they said back, we're going to be making a more mature Doctor Who now. We're going to get away from the kids aspect. And so, what's the first thing they're trying to do? They're trying to get the companion Ace, see how often she can cuss and get laid. It's like, this isn't Doctor Who.
Right.
You lost the magic of what Doctor Who is all about. There's an innocence. It doesn't need to be matured. It just has to keep on going the way it was.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be matured or perverted.
Right.
Yeah, that's the same shit that happened to Star Wars, man.
Right. And it's, the same thing with the new Doctor Who series. I mean, straight from the first get-go with the new Doctor Who series back in 2005, you had Rose and Mickey. One of the first things that they're having with their conversation, hey, want to go and get a hotel suite, hotel over there? We can boink. It's like, this isn't Doctor Who.
Right.
And just like you're saying with Star Wars, it's like the toys have been taken away from them because they're going for a collector market, so the kids can't make their own head canon and enjoy and make their own stories from that, which expands all this. You don't have the comic books that they read anymore, where it's these innocent adventures. It's like, okay, Superman's, oh my God, Superman, Darkseid's taking out Superman. How is he going to have? Okay, I got to go to the next issue, and then you find out how Superman, gets out of it. It's like, okay, next adventure. It's like the ongoing what the story is about. And you were, yeah. I've been meaning to talk to Cash about that episode 404. My apologies, I haven't had a chance to talk to him. Cash Money, he and God we trust. All others pay cash when it comes to him. By the way, we need to focus back to the innocence. We have to need to focus back to letting kids be kids. We have to have our entertainment be family.
Even simple toys are not $4.99 or $9.99. So basically, when you buy a toy nowadays, it's like basically you're paying more for a toy in 2022 compared to when we were getting toys. But the thing is you're getting a toy of a less standard or of a less quality. We think some of our toys used to be die cast metal and shit like that. You don't get that shit in no fucking toys nowadays. So
no.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck you really paying for? And you paid just a couple of dollars for it instead of you paying $20, $25 for a fucking action figure that doesn't do shit. It's like, come on, man. I don't know. It's the thing is, it's tough for a kid to enjoy a toy that's overpriced, and there's nothing exciting about it. Like, what you gonna do? Buy your kids an Eternals action figure? Like,
I mean, when they came out with the toys for the last the Rise of Palpatine, the what they had offered was absolute joke. And just looking at with Senya Dodo, the kids don't care about Star Wars no more, and that's exactly the reason why. I remember when Episode 1 came out, there were rows upon rows of toys for Star Wars Episode 1. And yeah, you had the big fanboys going out there getting it, but you had a lot of kids buying these toys and playing.
Right.
You had it in throughout the 2000s, but then it started getting out of their reach. And when you start getting that out of their reach, they don't have anything to keep that alive. And of course, then Disney comes along and just absolutely ruins it with their blender of vomit that they have. Of course, they're not caring about Star Wars. You took everything away from the kids. You took it all away from the kids. But you still have anime. You still have manga out there. No wonder why they're going that direction. At least
Right.
they're being catered to.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, there's a lot of things. Things are, I don't know, man. Nowadays, it just gets to the point that you just gotta, enjoy yourself, whether you're a kid or you're a grown up. Gotta enjoy yourself the best way you can. And it's not always by the means that you're accustomed to. Like, we used to enjoy owning action figures. I mean, it's not even, sometimes I don't even see the worth in even getting those.
Yeah.
When, I don't know, they cost too much, man. It's like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man.
And it's the packaging.
Right.
You have
right. It's a lot. It's hard to enjoy something when you can't afford it. So it's like and I see a lot of things are, when you watch like people doing like Az and Robert Meyer Burnett, they do the hot toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the shit they show off, man, that shit's expensive, man.
Oh, it is.
So
I mean,
it's
when it comes right down to it, you have a Star Wars action figure that would normally be cost $7, right? But then we're going to repackage it, making it look like the old classic Kenner toy, and we're going to boost the price up to $12, $15. But it's literally just the same freaking action figure.
yeah,
It's just the packaging. We have that special packaging for you, and you're going to buy it.
Well,
because
it's expensive, man, and but man, I'll tell you what, my brother.
Wow, we had a
2 hours.
we had a bitch fest today, and we needed to get it out of us. I think.
Yeah, I know, right? Shit.
I feel better now.
Yeah,
This is my
man,
therapy.
Yeah, we had a lot to say today, man. I know Steve was frustrated, man.
Oh, he was. I can understand where he's frustrated.
Yeah.
But
it's
always darkest before the dawn. That's all I can sit back and say. We have to just keep up a fight and realize that, just like Churchill says, is when you're on the right side of history, they're going to come after you. I mean, I'm talking about really on the right side, not the bullshit where you're on the right side of history. The right side of history is just making sure that we keep things the way it should be. Be kind to each other, be good to each other, let kids be kids. Work hard and play hard. Life is short. That stuff. If you're being a shit to somebody else, that's not the right way. If you're working too hard and not playing, again, that's not the right way. If you're playing too much and you're not working, that isn't. We want the best there is for all of us,
right?
And we're going to be assaulted on that because we don't think correctly. But in the long run, like the pendulum always goes around, everything comes back around. It's going to always look like it's futile, just like Empire Strikes Back. It looked like the Ewoks were going to get stomped, but yet they all came back. The hero, the good, always comes back, and it's like I said, this too shall pass,
right?
And even this is going to be that way. And all I can say is, everybody, have hope. This isn't Pollyanna bullshit. Just have hope. Keep up the fight. Keep on believing. Keep on supporting what should be supported. And we're a big family. Let's support each other, and we'll get there. Honestly, we will. We're on the way.
Yeah, you're right. So, look, I want to tell everyone, thank you all for being here, kicking it with us, watching our show, having our backs. Subscribing to us, watching our videos, giving us thumbs up, and looking out for us the way you guys do. We want to say thank you, and that none of us would be here without you guys. So, Cinchindito says, live, laugh, and love, Baron. There you go.
No, I'm not going that far, but
no, it's all good. Appreciate you, Cynthia.
I know. Cynthia's good.
There you go. Well, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to get out of here. But just wanted to tell everyone, thank you. Vigilante, Fat Steven Seagal, it's Baron Norman Tag. I'm your boy 24/7. We're the primetime kings of live stream. And we out, man. You guys take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully you guys have a great week. And you guys stay amazing, all right? You guys take care, and we love y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.